A very good afternoon to you on this beautiful Sunday, a public holiday celebrating Workers' Day. Something else that we are celebrating is the triple header Hollywood Bets Super League. Of course, it is the TUT, Tshwane University of Technology, runners-up on 2 different seasons, who are taking on the debutants from Eastern Cape, and that is City Lads. Earlier on, we brought you the match between UJ and Vasco da Gama. UJ walking away 3-1 winners in that encounter. The one that just ended now, Mamelodi Sundowns, they thrashed Golden Ladies 11 goals to 0. And of course, now we wait to see how TUT will fare against City Lads. Ngegama uxoli wakwaZondo sila eGoli, Auckland Park kwanyama ipheli kuphela amazinyo endoda ngiphethe uSiphiwe Mkhonza no Gloria Brown, our resident analyst, the creme de la creme when it comes to women's football. It's a very exciting encounter because Mkhonza, both of these teams have never met in the Super League before. So today, history will be made.
History will be made. Obviously, City Lads, the ladies, they're making a debut. They know there's a relegation this season, so they'll want the application to be top notch. But with regards to TU2 runners-up last season, I hope they've addressed their tactical naivety, because last season they were separated by margins between Bona and Sundowns. So they've addressed the tactical naivety because they struggle against a different culture of maybe a team that applies reinforced defense. Then they struggle if they find themselves wanting. So I'm hoping good teams, they've addressed their issues. Criticism has given them the whole picture. Okay, this is what we need to address, but this is the real deal, Fanda. It's a good start for City Lads because they want to see against how can they beat against TUT, who were runners-up last season.
No, absolutely. And maybe some, Gloria would say, TUT coming on a bit of a back foot, you know, in terms of not being able to play competitive football last weekend. And that's because of the KZN floods. They were supposed to play against Durban Ladies. So technically, this is actually their first match of the season.
Their first match of the season, most definitely. However, perhaps giving them a little bit more time to adjust and see teams how they play and allow them to prepare a little bit better for today's encounter. It was unfortunate that they couldn't play when everybody did, but I'm sure they were itching to play, because if we recall, the league was postponed by a month and everybody wanted to get going. So I think the time is right, and there's no perfect moment than now for them to get their season opener.
Absolutely, and we are hoping to see many more goals, because just this afternoon and yesterday we saw a full 32 goals that was scored. Last weekend it was 30, and just in terms of the results, Richmond United bouncing back from their 10-2 loss against JVW. They beat First Touch 7 goals to 0. Tsunami Queens, yet another defeat at the hands now of Coal City Wizards, going 3-1. The match between UWC and Bloem Celtic ended in a goalless draw, while Thunderbirds made it 2 wins in succession, winning 1-0 against Durban Ladies. And of course, for my Indies, we thought maybe they'd be able to bounce back from that Sundowns loss, but they lost once again to JVW.
Very disappointing. I thought when I watched the game last week, my Indies versus Sundowns, I thought it's one team that averages at least 50% of ball possession. And which team dominates possession against Sundowns? Last week, my Indies, they shown a different application in terms of the psychological application, and obviously the presentation on the field. I was a bit surprised. I was like, hey, we're going to have a good season based on what my Indies showed last week.
Of course, Sundowns ladies, Lapho Sibone, a double brace for Andisiwe Mgoyi. And just in terms of how things are looking at the moment, Golden Ladies rooted at the bottom of the log, still without a win in 2 outings. And that goes for Tsunami Queens and my Indies as well. Durban Ladies, of course, because they've played only that 1 match. City Lads are now going to be in action against TUT. So we are hoping to see a change in position with regards to those teams.
We should, as TUT would register their first game. But for me, First Touch, very disappointing weekend. They won their first game quite handsomely at that, 5 goals to 0, I think it was.
Yes, it was 5-0.
And encouraging was the bouncing back of Richmond from conceding 10-2, and here they are winning by 7 goals to 0. But yeah, it does put them up in 8th position on the log, and looking for better things this season from Richmond.
Yo, sibona lapha double digits when it comes to the goal difference. Mamelodi Sundowns ladies and JVW on +12 and +10 respectively, and that is because of just the huge score lines that they've had in the past weekend, and of course just earlier on when we saw the likes of Mishay Minis getting a brace, so Andisiwe Mgoyi with a double brace. But right now it is lapha at TUT where uMangcobo Mapoloba is standing by pitch side.
Ngiyabonga Mazondo, ngiphinde ngibingelele nonke lapha emakhaya. Igama nguvusiwe intokazi yakwaNgcobo. Namhlanje ke ngisenkundleni yezemidlalo TUT Stadium right here at the TUT main campus, as of course we build up to our ultimate encounter here today in the Hollywood Beta Super League, where TUT, the home team, will be taking on Hollywood Beta Super League debutants in the form of City Lads. Now, Coach Lucky Sibiya, who has now taken on that head coach role in TUT, well aware that today he's coming up against a City Lads side that has had the opportunity to play competitive football, not only in the Hollywood Beta Super League, but also, of course, in the Sasol National Championships, where they gained their promotion to the Hollywood Beta Super League. Kanti futhi siyazi ukuthi izathu sokuthi ingadlali umdlalo iTUT ngeviki edlulile is because of isimo sezulu ebekade sikhona eThekwini eGagasini, where they were supposed to face off against the Durban ladies. But Coach Sibiya saying that should not be inkinga for yena lana namhlanje. He has prepared adequately to face off the City Lads side. For City Lads, they did get their season underway with a 2-1 loss against the UWC. Coach Terry Mkhwehwe saying ukuthi iqembu lakhe lisazama uku-adjust to competing at this level of competition and really is just taking it a game at a time. But of course, in the pre-match interviews, we will delve a lot deeper into these discussions, as well as talk about how the teams will be lining up as they look to secure 3 points here this afternoon. All right, enough about how the teams are looking for this encounter. A quick look at your weather conditions out here in Pretoria today. We are sitting at 23 degrees Celsius, humidity levels heading 35%, and there is a wind that's going at 6 kilometers an hour. That wind is coming through quite strong, and certainly will be interesting to see how it affects play on the field here today. Kodwa-ke uma sengifika lapho-ke sengiyayithatha ngiyayigoqa sithi qhude maniki izindala zombili kuyoqhuma nhlamvana ezinye zofeketha. Xoli, it's back to you.
We're very interesting there to hear that TUT have now changed the technical team. There is a new man in charge after the break. It will be interesting to hear from them, Lucky Sibiya, and of course the coach of City Lads, Andile Mkhwebane.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'll be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much.
We select our European hubs, like you select your beer. By hand.
I love you, baby.
Taste more in the Life Artois.
When it comes to money transfers, Pep's got the numbers that matter to you, like sending up to 1,500 for only $9.90 from more than 2,500 Pep stores. So why do money transfers anywhere else? Life's better with Pep.
You are what you fill up on. Fill up on getting to extra time. Fill up on being the bigger man. Fill up on Dan Up.
It's time to capture the best moments with great value and more data. Get the new Oppo Reno 7Z for only $429 per month, or the new Oppo Reno 7 for just $549 per month. Both on Freemi 1.5 gig with 60 gigs and 1,800 all-network minutes free. And both of these great deals come bundled with gifts to the value of 6,300 Rand. Call 10213, click telkom.co.za, or go to any Telkom shop.
Join our thrilling world of chance and riveting entertainment. Experience popular game shows, the most captivating card games, and all of your casino favorites, along with the chance to reach max payouts that climb as high as 5 million Rand. Visit betway.co.za.
We're switching to renewable electricity to brew this. That means more electricity for game time and showtime. They get more electricity. Yo, I can't, my boy. And everyone gets less of these. Hey, what the? Because we're using less electricity from the grid, there's more for this. More for them and all of us. Switch to renewable. Switch to Castle Light.
Coach nje okokuqala namhlanje ake sikhulume ngokuthi mhlambe nizobe nibhekene neqembu le-City Lads that has had the opportunity to play competitive football this season. We know you were supposed to play Durban Ladies, that match obviously being postponed. So how do you approach lo mdlalo knowing ukuthi nidlala neqembu elike la compete so far this season?
Ngiqale ngikubulise igame yanamuhla basically the approach will be the way we prepared. We want to go all out attack. We are not compromising. They had a chance to play since this whole year. I think they played 5+ games from number playoff now last week. We didn't have that chance to play, but it's okay. The girls are ready. They just want to wrap this thing up, jump that first game hurdle.
Of course, the new coach in town, Lucky Sibi, talking about how the girls are ready, and this is how they're going to be lining up, Mkonza.
It's 4-2-3-1. Obviously, it's all about principles, which is important. What I've picked up from they want to play a compact, they respect the principles of defending, but what's critical is about application of the wide areas. What's also important, it's they've added what I call a quick ball rotation, especially upon losing a ball position. You know why? They want to reduce the load with defensive unity. I think coach previous who was coaching TUT has worked so much on making sure that they added that quick ball retention to recover a ball so that they cannot get ahead. Remember, more dominating ball position sometimes it's also a way of defending. So I think today it's a hurdle that is very critical for Bonaguti. They need to do well to start well. Obviously, 3 points if I told was one it does.
Also very encouraging to see Ubusisiwe Ndimeni. Last season, she was the TUT's top goal scorer on 9 goals, going to play a pivotal role in today's encounter.
Very experienced player, Busisiwe Ndimeni, former Banyana player, and definitely the experience will come in quite handy. But for me, in this team, you're looking at Tshwarelo Mpuru on the bench is another one of those players that is to look out for in the future, as well as Miss Setunya. Those are the few players that can bring in a wealth of experience to this side.
And of course, the likes of Abo Mary also had scored a number of goals last season, 3 to be exact. Nabotshwarelo Mpuru also coming in with 7 goals. Those are some of the players that we can expect to be seeing with the TUT lineup.
I think for me, they create the core of the team. They create a fluidity within the principles of the TUT. Most of the teams, yes, you've added new players, but you don't want to make an overhaul changes and wholesale changes, because sometimes it also affects you in the progression. So I think from what I'm seeing from TUT, I'm like, oh, okay, they've introduced few new players into their side today.
They have introduced and have lost some as well. You know, we are going to miss the likes of Bukhabonelo Kakana playing for TUT.
As well as Titsetso, who's also moved on to greener pastures. But for me, what worries me about this team is, or not what worries me, you're looking at Simpiwe Dludlu, who had a progressive approach in this team, and to see they have changed the technical team altogether. It's again for the team to now have to adapt to a new style, understand the new coach. So yes, this is a team that's finished runners-up to Mamelodi Sundowns on 2 occasions, and a lot is expected of them this season. It will be a little bit worrying. Has the momentum been broken? Because I thought they were certainly on track to be one of the teams or the dark horses of maybe toppling Sundowns.
A very interesting point. And as for Simpiwe Dludlu, she is currently in Ethiopia with the under-17 team. And of course, they are trying to qualify for the World Cup that will be happening a little later on. But now let us hear from City Lads coach, who wants to make sure that they avoid a second successive defeat. And that's Andile Mkhwebane.
Coach, I guess sikhulume ngomdlalo wenu wanamhlanje ukuthi nizilungisele kanjani, also just from a mental perspective, sazi ukuthi ningena kulo mdlalo nibuya kumdlalo la ndliwe khona ngamagoli amabili kwelodwa.
We've tried to work very hard during the week on motivating players and try not to be carried away with the stage fright. Since we are new in the league, some of them are being scary. You see, we tried very hard not for them to be in that situation again. And we've also made some changes during from our last game. There are some 2 players out from our first starting 11, and there are 2 players in from our starting 11. It is just a tactical decision.
Well, looking at the City Lads starting lineup, in terms of Usiphose Nojogo Gloria, she had scored in that encounter where they lost 2-1 against UWC, but this time around will be starting on the bench.
Very interesting to see how coaches switching the players around. It is important for him to really get the best out of the players. But this team is a team that's got a lot of strength and got a lot of depth. Nandi Papoy, who's a former Banyana player, the 34-year-old, is expected to really reel her charges and get them going, as well as Pumed Zamvimbi, the 29-year-old. They call her Mabena, and that basically means that she's one of those players that will definitely score the goals. But this is a team that's not to be taken for granted, formed in 1995, and this is one of our former Banyana coaches team, that is Coach Lungsi. And you're looking at a team that can mix it. Yes, they finished runners-up in the Cecil League in the Group B, but it was the winners and the runners-up of Group B that were promoted into the Hollywood Bets Super League. So Amanda Nteo, Jacobs, those are players that can come off the bench and do exceptionally well for the team.
And in terms of the Cecil National Championship playoffs, the likes of Nwabisa Kolisi and Nosipiwa Bottoman, you know, scoring 4 goals and 2 goals respectively, hoping that they will be able to continue that form throughout the Hollywood Bets Super League, and also encouraging to see them on that lineup.
If we go back to the first 2 games that we've done, we spoke about the intensity, the volume of intensity. It's different from the National Women's League from last season in Cecil. But again, I must highlight Undesi, the captain, inspiration. Again, you're going to see a lot of combination play, interplay, interlink, crossing principle with regards to City Lads. I've seen last week I was like a bit surprised with the fact that how a team is well coached, in a sense that you don't really see those combination play. But last week they were clear to how they want to play, and it's a young team. It's a team that it's developing, and I think has done a very good job.
Absolutely, and you know, it's so amazing because last week when they were playing against UWC, already at the halftime break they were trailing 1-0, but they were able to score in the second half, even though they ended up losing it 2-1.
Speaks to the character of the team. I spoke about players like Andisiwe at 35, Onelisa at 27. These are players that have been part of this team for a very, very long time. But you're also looking at a coach that would go into this match with the 4-2-3-1 and very compact in the middle of the park, adding numbers as well. But they're very difficult to break down, and I want to believe that TUT would have really done their homework and had the opportunity to have a look at the side. There are no pushovers. They are here to really make it count when it matters, but still a lot of areas to improve on for Coach Andile.
One thing that we do know for sure is that these 2 teams have never met in the Hollywood Bets Super League. That is about to change in a couple of minutes when we do return from the ad break. I want to hear from our analysts in terms of predictions. Which way do they think this game will go?
I don't know about you, but I know what I want. I want to be entertained. I want to be thrilled. All of the jets. I want excitement. I want options. Variety. I want it today, tonight, tomorrow. I want it all. That's why Hollywood Bets.
She's so good. She's so good. Shake it up.
It must be Cross and Blackwell.
I hope you always know how much I love you.
stop learning and growing. That you'll be brave and joyful and kind. And that one day, when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
At Grants, we know with the right crew, anything is possible. So link up and turn it up. Because moments like this only happen together. Grants, let's raise a glass to the people who matter most. Because together, we make it. Now introducing Grants Triple Wood 12.
Bloated? That could be indigestion from acid in your stomach causing irritation like this. A burp is not the answer. Gaviscon Double Action neutralizes the acid. Unlike other antacids, Gaviscon stops it rising and lasts 2 times longer. A burp is not the answer. Gaviscon is.
Ontario University of Technology, who haven't been competitive so far this season, are taking on the debutants and the runners-up of the 2021 Sasol National League champions, and that is City Lads. They are coming into this encounter on the back of a 2-1 loss against UWC. So it is imperative that today they walk away with points. And Mkonza, I'm very interested to know, do you think the debutants can topple the twice runners-up TUT? Can they walk away with the victory today?
Experience will prevail, but the City Lads, their surprising package, you're not so sure what to expect. And obviously, you could hear a coach, he knows the games that they've played in terms of the load. So he knows what they're ready in terms of the fitness, conditioning, but in terms of ufika kuphi, akakasazi isitori sakhe.
Uyazi ukuthi ngizokubuza iscore line. Mawubhekile ihamba kanjani?
3-0 TUT.
Wow,
Yeah.
3-0 TUT, a team that hasn't been competitive so far. Do you also think City Lads are not going to be able to edge them over?
Edging them would be a big ask because of experience. However, I think they could match them for most parts of the match. Yeah. And there would be a very slight difference between the two sides. I would expect TUT to get over the line and get the 3 points, but it will not be without a fight from City Lads.
All right, and which scoreline are you going with?
I'll go with a 3-1.
Wow, okay. But this is the same TUT that has lost quite a number of players in their off-season, have now changed their technical team. Sibonile, a new head coach, a new assistant coach. So isn't this match maybe just about, being accustomed to the new ways of things? So maybe not really going full out for a victory.
About driving on L. So bahlala steering without driver on L.
Yeah.
Party card license. So you know what it means. They've got experience versus City Lads, because for me, what's important is what you've done last season, carrying it to this season. So if you compare the two TUT dominates when it comes to experience.
I think they've also acquired and made some very good signings. Notando Vilagazi, the forgotten lady of football. It's good to see her put her laces back up and give us a good stint of what she can do on the left-hand side. Busisiwe and Dimeni, we spoke about her. But there's a lot of players to talk about. Victoria Moroa, the goalkeeper, she's been ever present in the side.
While the analysts are unwavering in studio, they are of the belief that TUT will walk away with the victory. It is more again what the first 45 minutes have in store for us in the Hollywood Bets Super League. Taking you through commentary in English is Brian Mufokeng Nyesxhosa Uzolani Pong.
Welcome back to the TUT campus here in Tshwane, Pretoria. It is here the game between TUT, the home team, hosting City Lads, the first game for TUT for the season. Because they never played last week because of the floods in KZN. They were supposed to play against Devon Ladies, so that game was never postponed. So it is their first game of the season. How will they fare? They finished second in the 2 successive seasons as far as the Hollywood Bets is concerned, because in the inaugural year, when they were still known as the SAFA National Women's League, they finished behind Sundowns. And then last season, same story happened. But the gap between last season and the previous was a huge gap indeed between the two teams, that is Sundowns and the team that they're up against. So It's all about 3 points here today. How will they be? So far, we've had a total of 14 goals scored in the 2 matches played from early in the morning today. So welcome in case you missed it. Sundowns winning by 11 goals to nil, and 2-1 victory it was for 3-1 victory, I beg your pardon. So 15 goals is actually what you have had today. Of course, UJ won by 3 goals to 1 in the encounter when they played the opener that was against Vasco da Gama. So now City Lads were one of the new promoted team at the end of the 2021 Sasol National League season. They are here up against TUT. How will they fare? That's the big question. We have had so much so far today since the beginning of the day from 9 o'clock. First game 3-1, second game 11-0. We can only go up, we can't go down.
Nakanjani makunyuke madoda ikwenye indlela Brian khangeleka ngathi sifike ngoku izolo oku kodwa sekumzuzu silapha iteam ziphumile sibethela ugqiba sibethela ugoduka ngoku ayikwenye indlela. Iyo lonto bona ke amanenekazi esiya phaya ezakubulisa avume athi silapha kwelibala sikuphathele live lona umdlalo uyakujonga pha kuba kuxhomekekile kuba ngubani na omthandayo kodwa ke okubalulekileyo uLucky Sibiya phaya uyijongile pha busisi wendimeni entsokazi ke ndiqonda uba ke iyawuqonda umcimbi usisanda komane uzumjonge kanti nothando Vilakazi ingabo ke endiqonda into yokuba baza kusiphathela Tato Litsoso zininzi izinto sinozithetha ngabo apha xa sincokola ngalo mdlalo. uLucky Sibiya uchazile umcimbi wathi akoyiki ngakoyikiswa tu kwaphela. Nansi City Lads
is indeed the new team, and as far as all the super best look is concerned here. Anati Njanja, the goalkeeper, one player that is very good. They've got us Nosipiwe, Nespuwa Botoman, and then Swandi Siwendesi, the captain of the team. And then you also have Nwabi Sakulisi. That's a player that did very well in the playoffs for them. Can she find the back of the net today for them? Can she take them to the promised land? That is the big one indeed for the team of City Lads. And the coach there, Andile Huehuez, that's the man in charge of this team, did say that he has made some changes, 2 in total to be precise. One of those, it is that one of Musipua Botoman in the starting 11 for today's game. So Nonjabulo Ndlela, assisted by Leboganti Kane as well as Refile Ramosutu and Hloni Pile Msezana. Those are the referees for this encounter here between TUT football, the Reds. They call them the Army of the Reds, or the Red Army of TUT. In action here against City Lads are coming from Eklebecha. That's where they're coming from. So they'll be looking to come out here and cause an upset. They lost their opener, by the way, against another university team in University of the Western Cape by 2 goals to 1. But they fought very hard because they scored a goal in the 71st minute when the scoreline was 2-0 and could have scored more in that encounter. Let's see how this one will work out. I'm going to talk about Ulisi, brilliant player. A lot has been said about her as far as the team is concerned. Now, ZB, you know the traveling between Pretoria and Eklebecha. Just tell me, I mean, the coach is talking about traveling. Even the one from the Western Cape spoke about traveling to come here to Gauteng.
Yeah, traveling iba khona Bruno ngoba ke bona ababhabhi bahamba ngebhasi kuba ke ithatha ke noko ixesha qonda ke ifana ne 1000 kilometers ukusuke lapho kodwa ke ayithethi uba lonto leyo mabangazilungiseleli ngoba ke bayazi ba bazi professionals kufuneka kube ke umuntu uyazilungiselela kodwa ke ngoku sake sithi zole cwaka tuwo komzuzwana sinike imbeko kwabo baye bathi basindwendwela behamba apha emhlabeni besiya kweloba womkhulu. Mama Matankiso qinisekile ke sonke siyamazi match commissioner yodumo uzenzele igama kakhulu siyazi ke nabe covid kanti ke ne floods phaya eKZN sithi bangalala ngokuphumla kanti ke sibaqhobela izandla abo basebenzayo bengadinwa tu kwaphela umdlalo siyawuphatha ngalendlela liza kusuka lihlale Bruno ndiyakuxelela namhla kunamhla.
TUT playing their first game, the new coach in charge of the team. And the former coach then was Anamunati midway through the season. That's when she left as well. And then Coach Simpiwe Lulu took over as the head coach. But she's now sitting at the Abantwana team of South Africa. Now, let's see how this one will work out. He did say that even though this team had some time to play together, they have been practicing and preparing for this encounter the same way they did when they were about to play the game against the Durban Ladies. So now we will see TUT are the ones that are wearing red for today. The Red Army of Tshwane. They'll be taking the goal towards the left-hand side, while the team that is playing up against them will be taking the goal towards the right-hand side of a pitch with blue and a bit of yellow in there as well. Some familiar names you'll see in this team of City Lads. Those that played for Thunderbirds last season and the season before have all come across to find themselves playing here at the moment. So it is the runners-up of the Sasol National Championships up against the runners-up of the Hollywood Bet Super League for last season. Early ball for TUT. Ball played in towards the far side and goes out, and we do have our first corner of this game. To our first corner of this game. It's all about 3 points here today. Sundowns have collected theirs. University of Johannesburg made it 2 out of 2, just same as Sundowns. JVW did the same yesterday in their match when they played against my Indies on the road. So let's see now this one here for TUT. Long now. Goalkeeper comes out and really went into no man's land. Lucky for her that nobody could connect to that one. It was a good ball floated in. It went deep and meant somebody had to meet it halfway. So as it landed, used I think maybe a better chance there would have been for her. Try and use the head, but it was too low. Try and control maybe was the other option that she had. Thin ice very yellow already, City Lads. Putting the ball across and exposing their defense there. Very vocal from their start, this team. So the ball played in towards the penalty area. We've seen some players moving around, by the way. They are those that are playing for TUT, who last season played for the likes of Sundowns and have had to move from Sundowns to find themselves playing here at TUT. Also a player from Bloemfontein Celtic Ladies, the Ritumetsi Chabana. Another player that is here now. Let's see TUT going forward. Ball just played behind. Actually, their responsibility was needed. Tried to feed the ball towards a teammate and just slightly behind. Marine Swing moved between Sundowns and TUT midway last season. Scored a total of goals already before moving on. This player is wearing jersey number 35 here today for Tshwane University of Technology. So he's letting play at the back. This time around, it's a long ball sent, and this one just goes easily out by Nambita Boy. Swana Tinjanja, the goalkeeper for the team of City Lads. Story that I spoke to the owner about this. So the ball cut back, easily intercepted. Nolita Msila gets the ball back again now. This time they can try and go forward. It's a good ball, this one. Goalkeeper does come out and did well. Read the ball so well, I've got to say. Because there was danger coming. There was danger lurking. And they managed to get the ball away, which is very important. Majority of these players, in fact, all the players are based in the Eastern Cape for this team of City Lads. Most in Babeja, to be precise. That's where they are based, most of the players. It's one of those that are actually based in Alexandria. Nandi Paboy, jersey number 17 for the team. Look at their performance in the National League after having won the Provincial League in the Sasol Women's League. Nandi Paboy scored 5 goals in the national playoffs. And then Kulisi scored 4. And Nanasele scored 4 goals, as well as Botoman scored 2 goals as they went on to lose the final against Vasco da Gama by 4 goals to 3. Tell you can hear every instruction that's been given out and dished out by the leader at the back of the side. And a ball from Nandi Papoy. Kept in play nicely by TUT. Looking for the opening goal. At this stage, there's already a goal scored by Sundowns. Teed off beautifully, but just could not control it. You can see what they're trying to do. They're dinking the ball over the defender so beautifully. And landed, but there was nobody to complete or finish it off. Release Makalima, getting the ball in the near side, collected here in the middle of a park by Nolita Msila. Goes in back towards the far side of the field now. It is once again Boy. Comes across to Vimbi. Stolen by TUT. Now they can go forward. Here comes in Dimeni. Dimeni trying to play the ball across. The idea was good. Second bite of a cherry. Oh! Rattles the upright. She was to go to girl last season for this TUT side, and she was looking open and scoring. Scored 9 goals last season. The other player that scored 9 goals last season was Khabune Luikekano, who's now playing for Sundowns, ladies. 2 of them contributed a total of 18 goals last season for TUT. There's that ball. I think the idea, she was trying to play the ball across to a teammate. So, and the return ball, and rattled the upright. See that the goal shaking for a while. So let's have a look at this. Isn't detail, she did everything right. The goalkeeper was beaten hands down. There was no chance the keeper was going to get there. But saved by the crowd, by the upright. Here's in swing. Ball won by City Lads. Played long here, nobody there to get the ball back now on the near side of the field. They can try and set their own attack going forward. Free kick given. Free kick given here by the referee. Challenge on Sbahle. Maneli going to the ground from a player for Pagama FC before she moved and joined City Lads. 22 years of age. Also from Labeja. It's one player from East London, which is their captain, Andisiwe Ndesi. Free kick now. Lining up nicely. Long ball played in. You can see what she wanted to do there, but just not getting it right. Just not getting it right. TUT playing their first game. City Lads playing their second game. Throw-in will be given. City Lads. Ball collected again here by Maneli. Playing wide towards the far side of the field now by Swan University of Technology. They are the one that are hosting us here today. Since we arrived this morning, fans have come and gone. This has been a long day of football now. That's a good ball again. Dimeni goes in, and she just gone offside. I have to have a look at it again, because I feel when she set for that run, she was coming in a very good position. Let's have a look at that. No way she's offside. I mean, I thought for the first time that she really had a brilliant run on the shoulder of the opponent. And unlucky for her, unlucky to be denied by the far side official, because that should have been given, and maybe she might have done something different with that opportunity. Great run was made by Dimeni. Banyana International as well in Dimeni. Played football previously for the likes of Swallows, played for Takis as well previously. She was at Sundowns before eventually making a move from Sundowns to Swan University of Technology. Banyana Carlos 4 goals in the 33 matches which is played. So chancing now to whip in across. Let's get a cross in. The goalkeeper will gather this one. Dimeni now is 29, by the way. Celebrates her 31st birthday, by the way. In 2 months, in a month's time or so, 25th of June to be precise, when she celebrates her birthday. Born in Motherwell, in the Eastern Cape. Dimeni. Usisiwe Dimeni. 10 minutes of football have come and gone between the two teams. Tshwane University of Technology playing their first game of the season. Tshwane Bongo, the opponent playing their second so far. TUT showing what they want to do very early.
Basibona besengxakini abadlali baseGqeberha kwimizuzwana nje yokuqala impazamo ezininzi ziyavezwa ngalamanedi alapha eTUT. Khangele phaa ngokucothayo eladabi likhoyo phakathi kwa-captain so bafumana ichance yokuba bangalisebenzisa elo thuba. Offside kodwa kwela cala lingaphaya le grandstand babhaqiwe. Well, oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. Well, asikafiki nakwimizuzu elishumi elinesihlanu. Offsides ezimbini sele ziboniwe, akukho nenye ke lo xesha. Good defense phaa ngasemva. Lebogang Mabatli. Bola iphethwe kakuhle apha phambi kwethu ngoku nguye uRaytumitsi Chabana. Ayibeka kakuhle ngoku amalady. The Red Army. Well, into enhlekisayo kuba uhlobo athetha ngalo ugoalkeeper uAnathi Njenje ndimvile kakuhle xa esitsho ekhalwa uthi oh hayi assistant hayi nansi offside iyo lena iyabonakala. Ya icacile icale ikati emhlophe ehlungwini leya. Njenje qala kakuhle phaya kodwa ke ngelishwa usikelelwa Mhlanga ibhola yakhe uyiyekile. Tsweng yabavuya buyela kuye futhi. Good play this, straight goalkeeper. Nangu skipper Charan. Bonango Merin Tsoenglon. TUT yahlasela ngalo lonke ixesha apha. Possession bayibambile kakuhle futhi bayisebenzisa. Sithi isazibona ibuphefumla ngemibhobho. Ke Vilakazi kuye owahlwayayo phaa udlala eRhabaxa udlala erongo Sibahle Maneli. Bona phaa ipossession jonga ikweli qela le-Red Army bayiphethe bayifunqule yonke futhi. Nyabagilene Lebogang Rakudue dlala erongo phaa Nolita Msila. Akaziva mnandi Nolita. Lucky Sibiya qeqeshiwe TUT lo kanti ke kwelinye icala Sinalomfo. Uandile Mkhwehwe. Bathi nguTerry xa bembiza. Vekabuhlungu apha Msila. Masithembe kodwa uzaba right abuye. Kilo kabuhlungu kule buhangra kudwe. Swing. It's interesting indlela nalithuba elihle uba ifikanga kukhipha kodwa wabuya wayibamba wanqenqa phezu kwayo. Khangele pha i-defense ye-City Lads thanda ukuba yozele. Oh my goodness, nansi impazamo isenziwa apha. I-TUT baphisile ngenqaku. Yalithatha kakuhle intwakazi uNwabisa Kolisi wayihlaba emnatheni. Bahamba phambili ngenqaku into engakhange icingeleke ingakhange ilindeleke. Mistake yenziwe ngasemva phaya. I-TUT jonga phala bhola isuka straight ku-goalkeeper wabo uNjenje. Ibhola nankuya eyeka. I-defense, oh my goodness, khange bathethe tu. Khange baqalise tu uthetha phaya. Ingxaki ke leya communication engakhange ibe khona phaya. Lebuhangi mabahle. Ukeeper walibazisa naye. Well, akakhanga libazisa uKolisi yena. Uthe ndiyabulela. Wayibethe emnatheni. So, from an unlikely source, City Lads ziyalidisha. Wow. I-football ingawukhupha epokothweni. Xa uqala uthi ushushu comfortable epokothweni ikukhuphe i-football apho kanye kuloo ndawo. Besisathetha ngale nzwakazi uMary Ntswenga. Inhloko yakhe ithi jonge uphinde ubheke ezantsi uthi ndijonge nasezantsi. Unezinto ezininzi. Ulayishile, upakishile mfondini. Une-baggage eninzi kakuhle ukuzapha ebaleni. Telling you. Maybe she's got a lot of goals as well, hopefully. Wow. There she is. Now Ntswenga. Good pass, Ntswenga. Wow. Oh my word. Lucky. Lucky City Lads. Sure. City Lads baskorile kodwa jonga ngoku. Look at that pass, Ntswenga. Besithetha kanye ngaye. Splitting. Oh my goodness. Anathi njenje. Undimeni ngowasebhayi okanye eGqeberha. Uyabazi ubaqhelile. Uqhele ukudlala nabo, ukhulele nabo eGqeberha. Uthi nzani ipanisha akwenziwa lonto apha singobakhaya apha ebaleni. Sawuthi awugqiba ke siqhawulane kube mnandi yemadoda. Ithini nalento? Undimeni bathi ngundimza xa bembiza. Uthi zeninteketisi. Sawuteketisana sonke ubheke emadladleni. Ha. Bateketisa neGqeberha leyo ngoku. Kuthiwa kusegqebs. South Africa. I love my country. Oh my word. Nangu Ndimeni. Busisi weNdimeni. Ntokazi ezibonakalisayo liya. Uthawufika ebholeni ucaca icala ngokwenene. So makhangele ngoku the Red Army Ntswenga beqhuma apha ingathi nezipringi. Bendizawuthi zezazipringi kanye zikulandawo kuyo. Nantsi enye ishot naye ayikhombi tu kwaphela. Ingathi iyaqonda ngoku iRed Army uba funeka ikhabele kanye straight phaya kuye ukhipha ngoba khangeleka ngathi noko uyisuspect okwakhe ukhipha. Jonga pha uKoketso Tlayelane umbethe kakuhle pha. Bathi ngushuffle xa bembiza Koketso Tlayelane, 29 years of age. Mathambo. So izibona sele ihamba phambili ngethamsanqa iCity Lads kodwa ke abona bebehlasela iRed Army. You'll take it, they count. Ziyabala zonke, so into funeka beyenzile ngoku qinisekile baza kuyazi umqeqeshi wabo uTheri uzabaxelela uba ningakhe nirelaxe ningacingi uba niyawina funeke nikhangele uba ninawufumana icushion kusinina. 1 akonelanga tu kwaphela. 20 minutes siyibethe sayishiya ngasemva. Nanku uMary Ntsweng efuna into ebilapha kodwa ngathi noko amantombazana aseGqeberha asabhokile. Sikhangele kwakhona enye ichance apha. Ntsweng wangena kwe-18 wakhaba bayidefender. Oh, uNtsweng uphethe ipackage apha. Ndiyakuxelela Bruno. Ingathi khona into esayibona kuMary. Mary, don't you weep. Sijonge nje uba le set piece bazayisebenza njani. Mary Ntsweng usibonisa i-flames namhlanje. Tuzayithatha ngokwakhe futhi. Uthi ngunodoli wam lona ndizamphekela ngokwam ndimtyele kwangokwam webethe enye indlela khangaye tu kule ndawo bebemlindela ubuzawuya kuyo. So amanenekazi aseGqeberha athi sizawukhokela sibheke phambili sibone uba niza kusithini na. Chance kwakhona. Oh, nalituba lihle fanele uba ingene ebhalini wayisave ukhipha. Goodness me, Brian. We're having a ball here.
I saw you downstairs before the game kicked off, Solani. There was a song you guys were singing. I want to get a remix of that song. Is it a Klebs song?
Klebs.
Mary Ntsweng last season scored goals before she left Sundowns. She scored goals when she arrived at TUT. She scored 2 at TUT. Also managed to find the back of the net for Sundowns as well. Long ball played in this time. Knocked down easily and goes out. Another corner kick given to TUT. Time ball being cleared away. This time here by Nandipa. Another chance here for a corner. Long ball floated into the penalty. The keeper comes out. Keeper goes into no man's land. And once again, she literally survives yet again. Now, Polisi has a chance here going forward. Near side, option was to play the ball on the far side. But there's a player lacking and unmarked on the far side. As she looked up, should have seen her. Ball collected. TUT and intercepted well immediately. Shabana, Dimeni. Oh, good 10. Good skill being shown in the middle of a park by the captain of City Lads, and Desi. She's the only one that come from East London amongst the players of this team. For a player for Red Aces, Seagulls ladies. Also played for Birmingham City. In Germany before. Traveled with the team that she captained in 2017. Ball play now towards the far side. Collected here by another player who was a regular at the South African national team, Banyana. We have a few of those in this team of Tshwane University of Technology. Checking from Tato Letsoso. He's got a few caps at Banyana level, 2 of those. And then Notando Vilagazi, they call her Vivo. Those who know very well from Middleburg. Mpumalanga, she's playing left back. Jersey number 12 for TUT. Has 132 caps for Banyana. So remember, celebrated 100th cap in the COSAFA tournament in 2017. That South Africa went on to win. But Akiresh has had. He's been to Spain, played a football there, Notando Vilagazi. Also been to Lithuania. I say, the City-less team not looking bad at all. Sebastian Maneli trying to go forward. Mary Ntsweng offloads. Dimeni's in there. Long ball played forward. Keeper comes out, but decided to go back to a line. Another ball played in, perfectly poised for the goalkeeper this time. They've given the ball away, and the referee has defended them. That's the tackle. Middle of the park. And the referee was not far from the action. Kulis's ball, just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. The interception was crucial there from Thailand on the far side. Still have the ball, cross, whooped in and being cleared away this time by Lebogang. Rakuduwe, she's from Zola North in Soweto, by the way. Oh, beautiful skill being showed on the far side by City Lads. And Lebogang finally clears the ball. Lebogang, Rakuduwe from Zola in Soweto. One of those players has been here for a while at TUT. Also played for Mamelodi Sundowns ladies previously in a career before eventually making her way to TUT. So there's been a lot of business between Sundowns and TUT over the years. Ball cleared by Quinana. Yeah, he's not turned off, Ilagas.
Yes, Didi.
Vilagazi again for Tshwane University of Technology. Played wide to the near side, Chabana as well, beating a marker. But closed down quickly as well. Chabana last season at Celtic had a lot of assists that she brought in. Also scored 3 goals for Celtics last season before leaving the team to join TUT. It's also goes in far side. Tailani. Back to Tailani again from Merin Tsweng. Does well. Merin Tsweng. Still Mary! And Mary's ball just goes across the face of goal and goes out. Did everything right, Merin Tsweng. Look at the run. Look at the run. And then a shot that came across. She did everything right because she was trying to put the ball far post away from the goalkeeper. And just could not find the target. Here they are again, still going forward. And the referee blowing a whistle. Merin Tsweng is 32 now. Will be celebrating 33rd birthday later on this year. Merin Tsweng from Polokwane. Does have 44 Banyana caps, including 1 goal in Banyana colors. Former University of Pretoria player. Played for TUT, went to Sundowns and returned to TUT afterwards from Mamelodi Sundowns. A free kick to try and find the equalizer for Tshwane University of Technology. That is way out, way out. Tsweng plays a clever ball it was. Clever ball it was, but they're not reading the same script. One of them, Zolani Bine Sunday, was in Genesis. The other one was looking at right at the end of the Bible. So that's a reason why I never got to the intended recipient. Lebogang, Quinana now. Gets the ball again on the far side of the field. Tshwane University of Technology. Here's Merin Tsweng. There's an offside. Offside this time was perfect and spot on. Offside decision. That's the ball played in. Yeah, just straight offside. Good decision this time. So if you had to calculate 2 out of, it's 4 out of 2 out of 4. So 50% so far. We'll keep counting as we progress in this game. It's another long ball forward and easily intercepted. When you look at the Hollywood Bet Super League for last season and compare how things were in the previous season before that, the only reason is because we never competed the previous season. Now Ndimeni is on site and Ndimeni still going. Ndimeni get herself taken on the ball and Ndimeni scores! Finally, she had herself, she's trying to wrap a leg around the ball and then left the ball and came back again and eventually it was there. putting it to the back of the net finally. There was an appeal for an offside. They're trying to play. She was onside. Yeah, she was onside. Initially, she was offside, but she came back just before the ball was played. So a very good ball, I've got to say, from Ndimeni. Oh, my word. I don't even think she knew where the ball was for a second there before she eventually found the back of the net. So she has finally opened her account for 2022 Hollywood Bets Super League. So Anibongo, sometimes you just need luck. I mean, she had done everything right to get to the ball, but she was having problem to release the ball. But eventually, it fell kindly for her.
Dithe talento uNdimeni uza kubapanisha ngoba uyabazi futhi ubaxelele ukuba sizawube sincokole emveni komdlalo okwangoku asingaba abakhaya tu. Kudala enkqonkqoza inguye noMary Nsweng kodwa ke ucango olude lavuleka futhi idefense yabo iCity Lads ibibonakala uba inako ukuvuzana okukhoyo phaya. Yaba-disappointa ke loo nto leyo kakhulu nangoku bafuna uzifaka engxakini kodwa ukhawuleze waphuma apho unjenje. Sinomdlalo ke ngokomhle phaa ezandleni zethu ngoba ke xa bentanganye ngohlobo kuzawuba mnandi kakhulu. Sikhangele phaa Lebogang Rakuduwe. Good ball kwelaa cala lingaphaya. Kwakhona bafuna into ebilapha ngoku apha bayiyeka. Mary! Oh my word. My. Akazuhamba apha naye engakhange afumane goal uMary. Short lena kodwa itame. Uyicengile lena iya straight kuye ukeeper. Koketso Tlailane. Look at that, uMary besefikile. Ah. Look at the keeper. Stretch nje umlenze. Ah. Fane nje wolula umlenze wakhe phaya. Shots at goal uyajonga phaa TUT yamba phambili ngo-6 yonke. Well, iCity Lads igoal yabo ebiyishort ile bayifumeneyo. Kwakhona ukeeper waphuma. My goodness, i-defense ingathi ayibonakali kakuhle tu abayiboni kakuhle jonga phaa ne-possession. Ithanda uba ingxaki ngoku lena kwiqela leCity Lads. Khangela nje uba bayavuza ngalo lonke ixesha ibhola isoloko iphethwe ithathwa lula kubo. Iyoyikisa ngohlobo baqhuba ngalo. Tlailane khangele phaa ayilo dabi lokuqala phakathi kwakhe noSikelelo Mhlanga. Bayaphinda. Sompempe uthini ngoku? Thini uSompempe? Athuba lithile benikhe ndacinga uba hey inokuba siphi mhlawumbi kanene mhlawumbi siphethe imidlalo yase-Afrika inoba sikwi-AFCON mhlawumbi inoba ikhona i-VAR ethile mhlawumbi uBruno khange asixelele uba kuphethwe i-VAR apha. Sompempe usikwakhangeleka ngathi uzawubaleka athi kuyo kodwa ke nantsi i-chance kwakhona ye-TUT. Ball! Oh, wayiyeka ukhipha yahlala erufini. My word! Oh no! Well. Saw it coming, Tlailane. Kuketso Tlailane. Ushuffle. Uyibethe erufini leya. Well, masithethe inyaniso sisipho esi. I-gift lena. Look at that. Inhle yona ishort kodwa ayikhange ibe iyatshisa kangangokuba angakwazi uyibamba ukeeper. She should have held on. Anyway, celebration for i-TUT. Goalkeeper usahleli phansi ngoku. Ikhona ingxakane ekhoyo phaa kuye. Andiyazi uba mhlawumbi inokuba ikweliphi icala ke mhlawumbi. Anathi. Ebekade ke ingathi nguye obekade ekhwaza engxola ndiqonda uba ndiyakholwa ndiyayithanda le nto ayenzayo. Anathi. Well, like a cat on the mouse, pouncing. Xayilane wathi ndibonwa yintoni. Imana lena. Qeqesha uTerry qinisekile inokuba elinye igama lakhe ngumsindo ngoku uyayicaphukela le nto iqhubekayo apha.
Don't forget the golden rule in here. Don't forget the golden rule in here. TUT is all the time.
So badlali bonke njengoko izinto ziyajika ziyaguquka. Umbuzo ke ngokuba izawukwazi na unyamezela iCity Lads ngohlobo. Nanku Mary. Mary, don't you weep. Ah. Hayi mntaka ba. Uyambona nangoku. Hola. Hola Mary. Impressive. Ah. Ngathi kuzabakho utshintsho olwenzekayo. Well, andiqiniseki ke ngolutshintsho uNandipha Boy uyaphuma kungena uGenevieve Adams. Genevieve Adams ebedlalile kumdlalo wokuqala. Uyaqonda uba uAdams kwakunye noOnelisa Nanasele bebedlalile kumdlalo wabo wokuqala. Indawo yabo ithathwe ngusikelelwa Mhlanga kwakunye noNosphiwe Botomani. So ndingatsho nje ndithi Nandipha Boy, one of their top players at 33 years of age. Mhlawumbi noba ikhona into erongo okanye mhlawumbi akayimashali kakuhle la defense ngohlobo umqeqesha anqwena ngalo, ngoba kuyabonakala bayavuza kwi-defense mpela. i-TUT ibonile loo nto. uMary uyabavuya-vuya. Kudlalwa ngabo pha ngasemva. Khangele kwakhona uNdimeni ulindile, bayiyeka leyo chance. Khange ibe right apho kwakhona i-goal scorer yethu uShuffle.
Get to it, Caesar. Get to it. There we go. Go back.
So kufuneka amaqhinga ngoku abonakale jonge pha babethene. Yes, ndiyayiqonda uba inoba ikhona into enzekileyo pha. uSibahle Maneli kilene uSibahle Maneli phaya wangoyena ufumene ubuhlungwana kwakhona. Mary, good pass. Olana ufumene ubuhlungu. City Lads amantombazana abizwa the Gunners baphansi kwesandla somnye osisi abadedicated ngohlobo olungummangaliso kummandla waseGqeberha uNomalungelo Moyi. Kuthiwa nguLungsi xa bembiza bemteketisa. Lungsi Moyi, very committed, very talented. Umntu ozinikeleyo not only kwi-football but i-sport in general. Kukho le City Lads nje ikule ndawo ikuyo nje, it's through her efforts. Qinisekile uyazazi uba ukwi-building stages, uyazazi uba kakafika phaya khona. All the best, Lungsi. Msila ihlabe kakuhle ibhola yakhe kodwa not ncam. Phuma kuqala apho ukhipha. Mroa hlabe enqineni wabathelekisa. Khangela uNdimeni kodwa akazumbhaqa. Kwesi sihlandlo City Lads ihleli ithe qwa. Good one kodwa ke ngelishwa bayisuse nje emehlweni yabo ayafika apho bebeyisa khona. City Lads kuzafuneka ibe ngathi iyazama iwulungisa umcimbi wala defense yabo. Thanda ukuvuza ngamandla. Vilakazi Thando Vilakazi nguVivo Ntomba seMiddleburg emetele sakudlala pha eSpain qela iLogroño, 33 years of age now. Mary nyenge kakuhle ibhola yakhe ifuna ubuyela kuye kwakhona. Oops, bhayisikile bagilana, Sompempe wanikezela. So Bruno, sine 5 minutes kuphela ngoku eseleyo kulena i-first half, kodwa akhange kungabikho nto, singatsho nje sithi so far a very, very eventful 40 minutes. I love football.
That's why it is called the sport of billions. And we all have our opinions whenever we do watch matches, and we always want to see our teams do very well. So the story of the day, Tailani just gave TUT the lead again after they were trailing. Initially it was Kolisi opened the scoring, then equalizer came from Dimeni before Tailani came and pounced on a loose ball to make it 2-1. Could have been more, should have been more. Coach of City Lads already made a change here in the first half of this game, so a lot expected from him here today. Andile Mkhwekwe. Scoreline 2-1. They scored first and maybe thought things might just change, but they're up against a well-oiled Red Army machine here in Tshwane. So if you're talking about Lungi Moy of City Lads, and she joined the team in 1984 as secretary of the team, and then founded the girls team in 1995. That's how long she's been part of the ladies team. City Lads, very passionate. Spent a long time this week talking about how the team has done and everything else. Long ball, fading header! Oh, beautifully executed. And there we have it. She plays and scores her first goal here in a team where she moved to from Bloemfontein Celtic ladies. Chabana met that ball at the highest point and no chance for the goalkeeper. The cross from Merin Tsweng, well weighted. Everything perfect. The defense were just watching and just idolizing and looking at the beauty that was the cross from Merin Tsweng. A lot needs to be done for City Lads. Celebration there from her. One for her now for this season. 3-1 the scoreline in favor of TUT. Come from behind 3-1 lead, by the way, because they trailed fast before they found the back of the net. Merin Tsweng giving a good shift. You can even hear from the bench the scream coming from the coach, saying that she's working very hard for the team. Here they come going forward. That's the beauty whenever you don't have a lot of fans in the stadium. You can hear even the coach is not impressed with something. Yeah. Yes, Shabana wins the ball back near side. Dimeni is on side. Dimeni is still going. Cast the ball back and wants to play the ball in. Tsweng is in there. 20 and scatter goal. Merin Tsweng has been working hard and she's finally rewarded. TUT now leading here by 4-1. Unselfish from Ndimeni, because she could have gone all the way herself. Played the ball to Chabana, realized the shot was not on, and Merin Tsweng just put it wide. The goalkeeper can see have given up at that stage. So more problems for City Lads. Unlike the previous 2 seasons, by the way, at the end of the season, we will get 2 relegated teams. So it is unlike the previous season, we have seen those that have put to bottom roots have still survived and came back. Because we moved from 12 to 14, now 16. You can see there, both scored. First one was, there's 4 minutes between the first 2 goals for Tshwane University of Technology. Then they moved on to score 2 and 2.
No foul! No foul! No foul!
Pinana does well to deny Desi a chance to cross the ball into the penalty area.
Don't forget who's
So it was
coming in there.
Quinana alongside Vilagazi.
Who's
Did
going
well
Quickly,
to guide her
quickly.
wide and eventually do give a corner kick given.
Hey, hey, hey! There's two
So
here.
timing it on at the end of the first 45, 2 minutes. That's what the referee is indicating.
Hey, Mary.
So CD Victoria,
Come on. Yes.
Moroa will be very happy because she made a mistake and the first goal came in, but they've scored 4, so she didn't really be worried much about everything else. Now, Johnson! Oh, how close was that for lads? That was very close for the Gunners against the Red Army. And just missed that by a whisker. Sail over the crossbar, you can see there.
Keep the ball. Keep
The idea and everything was perfect. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Taryn January, very young lady, only 16 years of age. So a lot of the players, if you look in, they've compared the two teams, you realize they do have a lot of young players. City lads, because in the starting 11, you can talk about Mhlanga, she's 15. January is 16. Then you can talk about Sila is 20.
There we go. Yes,
And you also have some slightly older players in the squad. Including a goalkeeper, Tenin Janje, who's 30. Then we have Nospiwo Botoman, who's 33. Nandi Boy, 34. And the captain, Andisiwe Desi, 36. She's only 16. So 2 minutes of timing it on. We are on the second of those 2 minutes. Pinana. Under pressure. Back to a goalkeeper. CD Victoria. Mura from Polokwane. From a player for Khanatla FC. Yeah, they are. Dimani's on side. And then Dimani sells it. And Dimani gets a second goal of this game. A second goal of the season as well. There's the dance you always look forward to from a lady called Blackberry. That is what Lebogang is known as. Ntsoeng. I tell you, Merin Ntsoeng is demolishing a defense. Her passes are perfect. Everything she has done today has been absolutely brilliant. Shows the hunger that made TUT sign her from Sundowns. Key player. And Oza. There they start now. Wait for the aus. That's the first 45 that has come to an end. 6 goals in the first half. Merin Ntsoeng has been brilliant in his first 45 for this team. Can see she's experienced campaigner for the side here. So a lot of the players have all come up, but I tell you, City lads have to deal with a lot of problems. One of those is how things have looked at the back for them so far in this game. Kulisi scored an opener, and then it wasn't Dimania brace. Tailani, Chaban, and Ntsoeng were all goal scorers in the first half of this encounter. Let's get the stats overall of this game. 1 shot on target for City lads, 8 for Tshwane Innovative Technology. And that's how we come to the end of the first 45. 56-44 ball possession in favor of the home team. So it is all going to be very difficult to see how things are going to be for the new team in the Hollywood Bets Super League. But they are up against it now in the second half. How will they react? That's the big question. A lot to be done by Coach Mkhwekwe. For now, let's try and cross to Vusiwe to dissect the first 45. The new teams are in trouble.
Thank you so much to Brian Bruno Mufokeng. You can say that again. The new teams really are in trouble. But I mean, this is the first half that started off pretty even between these two sides. And it was the visitors, City lads, that found that opening goal in the 16th minute through Ukolisi, of course. Kodwa nje emva kwalokho uNdimeni equalized for iqembu lakhe. And we also, of course, saw her coming back later on to secure her brace. After her first goal, it really was just raining goals for the home side here at TUT. We saw Sotlalane Shabana as well as Untweng also putting their names onto the score sheet. Coach Musha Owayoge TUT Ulakisbia does go into this halftime break knowing that his troops have gotten the job done. He did say in the pre-match interview he knows that they can get it done, and they certainly have proven themselves here. And you can really see the gap in experience, particularly when it comes to that defense of City lads. Coach wabo uMkhwekwe kuzomela nje akhulume neqembu lakhe ukuthi bathi uqinisa kahle lapha emuva uzamile kodwa goalkeeper wabo uNjenje. It could have been worse, it should have been worse. She did make some crucial saves for them so far in this encounter. They have it all to do in the second half to at least have a respectable scoreline here today. Kodwa manje sathatha ikhefu mngayinkahelo Africa Dzonga loko ibuya. We will have the team in studio just look at some of the key moments so far in this encounter. Stay tuned.
Today, your shopping basket could be affected by the cost of fuel going up, higher inflation, and rising electricity prices. Unless it's a ShopRite basket. Because with our low prices, your basket stays fuller. With deals like Champion French Polony, only $49.99. And Bocomo Cornflakes and Wheat Bix, both just 89 Rand. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust, always.
As a runner, I trust new Vaseline Cream because it has 3 times the glycerine and oil to deeply moisturize and help restore my skin no matter what it faces. The hot midday sun, dusty windy trails, or constant friction. Vaseline deeply moisturizes my skin, so I'm ready to win. Try new Dry Skin Repair Cream for the deepest moisturization. It's amazing what healthy skin can do.
16. Final number 7.
Hi, darling.
It's time to capture the best moments with great value and more data. Get the new Oppo Reno 7Z for only $429 per month, or the new Oppo Reno 7 for just $549 per month. Both on Freeme 1.5 gig with 60 gigs and 1,800 all-network minutes free. And both of these great deals come bundled with gifts to the value of 6,300 Rand. Call 10213, click telcom.co.za or go to any Telkom shop.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Every tone can be beautiful when it's flawlessly radiant. New Pond's Flawless Radiance with smart tone technology fades blemishes and uneven patches with SPF protection for flawlessly radiant, even tone skin, so your skin tone can look wow.
Heartburn symptoms detected.
Quickly, follow me. Burning feeling in the chest and bitter taste are symptoms of heartburn. Try Gaviscon Double Action.
It neutralizes excess acid, creates a protective barrier, and lasts up to 2 times longer. Gaviscon Double Action. Expert heartburn relief.
I'm getting mine out on the morning light. I feel the need to celebrate and change it, craving new imagination brewing in my mind. I'm getting mine.
What an electrifying 45 minutes of play we've seen at the TUT main campus. It's the Hollywood Bets Super League encounter between a TUT and City Lads. Unfortunate there for City Lads. They were leading that encounter, but they squandered their lead and now trail 5 goals to 1. It was just as early on, Mkonza, as the 16th minute, in fact, when we saw Unwabisa Kolisi capitalizing on an error made by TUT.
Error made by Uchabana Nomabati in terms of the communication. But again, I thought maybe Uchabana could have opened up to open herself to give the angle, and hence Kolisi was able to pounce in and terminate.
And we spoke about the prowess of Undimeni last season, finishing as one of the top goal scorers and now finding the back of the net in the 29th minute, Gloria.
It was a wonderful ball coming from very deep on the right hand side as Tato Lisoso gave her the wonderful pass, and she made no mistake. And I think she's really been one of those experienced players. But then we look at the goalkeeper who's really had a torrid time and a baptism of fire at this level. She seems to have really been struggling technically and tactically. Her positioning has been questioned, and there's a number of errors that we made as we have a look at another ball. She's very stagnant, not able to move on from the goal line, and that was really one of those goals where one can look at and say the goalkeeper really left wondering and stranded.
One player who had been knocking for the longest of time on the door is Umerintsweng, and finally she was rewarded.
I thought she deserved that goal. I mean, she's been looking for it. She has missed a couple of chances. But we must also highlight how much she makes box entries. I think the box entries give an opportunity to be able to take shots like that. And because I'm noticing most of the time, she's unmarked. So that is why she's able to use the space that she's. Look at the killer pass that she's making to give you Undimeni 1v1 situation. I mean, she's done well for us thus far.
Oh, Undimeni walking away with a brace in that first 45 minutes for Ulaki Sibiya. You know, a new broom, clean sweep, sweeps cleaner, and that is what we've seen this afternoon.
Well, he's found a very stable team. And he found a team with very well-oiled players and very capable players. For a coach to come in, you don't disrupt too much. You come in, you have a look at what you have, you add where necessary. But sometimes you don't even need to add. You just continue with the philosophy and continue building. And we can actually see Tailani doing exceptionally well, Dimeni picking up from where she left off. You have Notando Vilagazi on the left-hand side, has just come in and fitted like a hand in a glove. So this is a team that's really picking up from where they left off. An avalanche of goals has been unbelievable for this side.
Where is it going wrong, though, for City lads? I mean, you are leading an encounter in the 16th minute, and then you are conceding 5 within just 40 minutes. What has happened there?
Sometimes most of the team, they score a goal, they want to protect that goal. Now, they take the line of confrontation deeper to say, we're going to attack now, counter-attack. Already it's no goal, so try to protect the goal. But you know what happens? The more you drop your line of confrontation deeper, what happens? You are inviting the opposition. Now, TUT were able to see that. They made sure that they pin them down, they don't come out. Now, I mean, they can't even connect 5 passes. So it tells you TUT are using the high press to make sure immediately swing in a certain area, it sets up the attack. So it's not where they just win the ball to win the ball, but they win the ball to set up the attack immediately.
There was also a change made by the coach, which I think was very premature. Nandipa, boy, was taken out, and she was in the defensive role for City lads, and that's where it actually collapsed. You needed a 33-year-old to just shape the players and guide them through. So for me, defensively, the minute that happened, it actually opened up the floodgates.
And just after this quick ad break, we need to talk about those substitutions, because the likes of Ndei are sitting on the bench. Usojoga, that scored in the previous encounter, also sitting on the bench. What can coach Andile do to restore some pride in this encounter?
Shield with 72-hour non-stop protection. It won't let you down. Amazing. I've been dancing for hours and still no sign of sweat. Try Shield for 72-hour non-stop protection.
So where's it going?
Let's put it... Yeah.
You are what you fill up on. Fill up on getting to extra time. Fill up on being the bigger man. Fill up on Dan Up.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Nana. The threat of germs is everywhere.
It's worrying, ne?
I'm worried about my family's health and expenses.
You can protect your family and save on expenses with good hygiene habits and new Lifebuoy. Its active Silver Plus formula cleans and fights germs.
Lifebuoy.
I'm getting mine out on the morning light. I feel the need to celebrate and change it, craving new imagination.
Bloated? That could be indigestion from acid in your stomach causing irritation like this. A burp is not the answer. Gaviscon Double Action neutralizes the acid. Unlike other antacids, Gaviscon stops it rising and lasts 2 times longer. A burp is not the answer. Gaviscon is.
Well, in football, it is not lost until the final whistle has been blown. Looking there for City Lads in terms of substitutions, Mkonza, yes, they might be trailing 5-1, but there's still lots that they can do.
From a coaching perspective, Usibia needs to emphasize the importance of the goal difference. You need to score as many as you can. It's an opportunity for us to take goals 4 higher. I thought maybe if Umpuru can be given a chance, Bupape can come in also. I think one thing about TUT, you can see they mean business. Some teams you can see how they present themselves, they mean business. But again, it will be premature to make a subs immediately, but you can make the subs because the game allows you to.
And is that the opposite for City Lads? Should they be making substitutions as early as the start of the second half?
They can, because they've travelled, and we need to consider that. You've got Umnako Mtase on the bench. She can come in and change the complexion of the game. She'll fit in the middle of the park there for City Lads, where I think they're really having a free passage. You also got Sipose Tunojoko, who scored in the previous game. She can come in and try and pull a goal back and maybe make the scoreline a lot more better than it currently is.
What we saw earlier on, Sundowns was also leading 6-0 after the first half. Right now, we've seen 6 goals in this one. Are we seeing another scoreline in 11-0 that we saw? You know, the likes of 10-2 JVW Richmond last week.
We're seeing Undimeni scoring 2 or 3 more. We're seeing our goals now expand actually. But you might very long so I think TUT is an opportunity for one to push the goals for.
Yeah, we could be seeing a lot more goals, but then again, coach might say, I want to try other different things, and gives other players an opportunity, which could disrupt the momentum of play. But for City Lads, it's basically looking at changing the goalkeeper perhaps, and bringing Ongezwa in to maybe just keep that motivation of the players and not concede too many.
Well, one thing's for sure, in terms of the debutants of the Hollywood Bets Super League, it hasn't been the greatest opening 2 matches for them. We're seeing now City Lads trailing 5-1, but anything can happen in the second half. Let's take you through to the TUT main campus in the administrative capital of Tshwane. In commentary, Zolani Bongo, Ganye, no Brian Mufugeng.
Welcome back, masinamkele kwakhona bethu kwezondaweni kuzo ngale njikalanga yanamhlanje injikalanga ngecawa apho siniphathele khona i-feast, siniphathele i-festival, siniphathele udlwabevu, siniphathele ibhola ngobuninzi nangobukhulu bayo. Akumnandi heya ngoba kaloku yileyo ibhola, kaloku iimatches ezintathu zonke zisiza kuwe, uzifumana ungakhange ube unangxaki, uzipholele. Amanqaku wona hayi mntakabawa sinawuze sikhale tu kwaphela ngoba siwafumene. Khawubukele leni inzwakazi, uMary Ntsweng. Wow, uyabona ke into asenzele yona kwisiqingatha sokuqala inhle kakhulu. Usidlalele ibhola enhle ngohlobo olungumangalisi. Nzwakazi ezalelwe phaa kwelasePulukwane 32 years ago. Uzibonakalisile namhlanje. Ngxaki ke ukuba iCity Lads izayithini lenyakanyaka abazifake kuyo, ngoba njonge ngathi kutshintsho abaluplanayo abaqeqeshi abakhokele nguLucky Sibiya kweli qela, inguye kunye noNeo Maphutha iqela le-TUT. Ngaphandle ndikhangele nje khona into abafuna ukuyenza engathi inganotshintsho oluthile phakathi, but sakuchazela. Yep, lukhona utshintsho, confirmation. Nokuba kuthiwa ugqibile ntombazana, usebenzile ngokugqibeleleyo. Kungena uMiss Sithunya endaweni kaMary Ntsweng. khangele ke phaya u-5-1 lo manqaku wangene ngala hlobo siwabona ngalo phaya. Adolfina Bupape naye ngomnye wabangenileyo. Ndiyanqwenela ukuva kumqeqeshi uLucky Sibiya uba mhlawumbi babe kunobuzwa nje kuye uba and then mhlekazi uMary umkhuphela ntoni kusemnandi kangaka nje sisazonwabisile ngoMary. Bupape eqala nje ukufika wabe sele edibana nedust sisuka nje wambeka phansi uBupape. Yiyo loo nto sibona i-free kick ye-TUT phezu kwebhola. Ukoketso Tlailane ofake elinye lamanqaku amahlanu e-TUT phakathi naphakathi esazulwini sebala. Katlego Kwinana, 26 years of age. Kwela cala le-grandstand kwakhona abavumbulukile. Ray Dumile Chabana naye befumene chance yenqaku walibetha phakathi wathi ugqiba wabetha i-celebration engakhange siyiqonde kakuhle. uBupape noKomane sibona phaya uba babafumene abaphumileyo. Itsho ke loo nto uba ophumileyo ke kweli qela iyakuba nguSisanda Komane. Ntombi asethembisa Komane ke into endiyifumeneyo yokuba inguye ungenelela kumdlalo webhola ekhatywayo wayithatha kumamakhe. Oh, le yayishoti kwakhona. Loo nto ke bizawube imbide kakhulu goalkeeper ngoba ndithetha nawe nje ngokubeke isandla ebunzi. Ukhipha uAnathi Njenje ubeka isandla ebunzi ndithetha nawe nje ngoku ngoba kaloku ilanga liza kuye ngoku limhlabe emehlweni. Ingathi kuza kunyanzeleka uba makacele noba yityephusi. Kungenjalo uyawudibana nebhola ziqabela phezu kwentloko yakhe evenga abantu kwibhola isemnatheni. TUT yahlasela. Yamva nomqeqeshi pha uyatsho pha ngaphandle uba you know what to do. Ndiyabawela ukuva nje isizathu sokukhupha uMary Ntswenga. Ndiyayazi noba mhlawumbi akho injari akho ntoni noba uthi ndikuseyivela iimetshi ezinkulu ezibalulekileyo. Ugqibile namhlanje kodwa ke usibethile singabantu abaninzi ngoba bekusayi-enjoywa indlela uMary Ntswenga siphethile ngayo ifootball. Yini madoda? Qeqeshi wenze kakuhle kodwa you starved i-football lovers of equality. Kwakhona chance enhle lena City Lads on the attack. Nonwabisa Kolisi obeskore inqaku labe kuphela kwalo balifumeneyo. Khawuleza apho ukhipha waphuma emhlabeni uVictoria Murwa wayithatha lo bhola wayiqenqa khawulezile futhi edabini utalula. Koketso Tlailane yenze lula yonke lanto. Offside. Well, i-offsides ke ngeke simane siqiniseke into yoba sizibambe kakuhle ngoba ke kulona umdlalo matches ino ezininzi kodwa ke zikhona i-offside zoqonda into yoba noko zona ezi ziyathethisa. Guqukile kwakho. Oh, split one. Tsho kakuhle la bhola ibasika phakathi ingalithuba elihle liboba liphosile. Chance kwakhona inhle. Oh, nalena uphakamisa iflag offside. Got it right. Yeah, yeah. Offsides zethu namhlanje zithanda uba offside. Victoria Murwa phuma engxamile. Kodwa ke into endinokuxelela yona ubuya qala udibana nathi ngalo eli xesha i-goals zona hayi mntakabawo sizifumene ngonina. 3-1 umdlalo wokuqala, 11-0 owesibini. Ngoku sino 5-1. Uyazibalela ngokwakho ke. Ezantsuku zakudala sasithi i-arithmetic. Akubuyele esikolweni. Kankela. Xolani, goba kakuhle lo ball. Chance, oh my goodness. Iseyiyo kwakhona. Ayikahambi ingozi. Bade bafumana i-chance. Bafumana i-chance waphuma ukhipha wancedisa wathi masiphume kule ngxaki sizifake kuyo. Andisiwe Ndesi. Basindile pha. Basindile phaya. Bekufanele into yokuba ingenile. Be-onside yonke into phaya khaba ngoku. Antsoke. Elaa xesha kanye. Ngeguqukile wakhaba. Chance kwakhona. City Lads bayivumela ngoku i-TUT bayibe semdlalweni. Thube lihle futhi eli. Funyanwa nguye Adolfina Bopape. Bopape nyenge kakuhle lo bhola ekhawulezile. Miss Situnya negama elimnandi noba ukufuni ukuthi miss kuye utsho ngenkani because ligama lakhe. Collector kakuhle apho, spaces zivulekile ziyinkabankaba, i-TUT yazivulela ngokwayo. Bazityela itheko, khangela nje Lebogang Rakubu. Oh, offside kwakhona. Phinde sijonge siqwalasele kakuhle uba ingabe ibiyiyo ngokwenene. Yeah. Tshintsho lonziwa i-City Lads, kuyaphuma kuyangenwa. Khangele phaya Terran January 16-year-old uyaphuma. Kanti ke indawo yakhe ithathwa uSiphosethu Nojoko. Kanti ke kuphinda kuphuma uNolitha Msila. Indawo yakhe ithathwa nguSinazo Ntshota. Sawubona wa ingaba bazawukwazi ukutshintsha umdlalo kwimeko okuyo. Kodwa ke ayomeko inhle tu kwaphela kwiqela laseGqeberha inyekenyeke. Khona umdlalo pha phansi bambeke phansi khangeleka ngathi kusikelelwa Mhlanga. The youngster, she's only 15 years of age. Sikelelwa Mhlanga. Bambethe kabuhlungu. At 15 fanele ba uyivile. Gileke kabuhlungwana phaya. Sikelelwa ke wayikhawudlalela iqela phaa kumandla waseBhayi Motherwell iVolcano Ladies wafaka 3 goals in 6 minutes. Yabona ke ngama lady kodwa ndiyakuthembisa abathi hayi asizuba physical. Sizibonile i-tackles apha flying. Khangela phaya kubethwe etwini. Bazaba ne-blacks and blues xa befika kwi-hotel rooms zabo namhlanje. Khangela pha kumntu golokoqo gunqu khala uzoleka one way. I-ice izawudlala emzimbeni womntu tonight. Kodwa ke ngiqinisekile i-Red Army yona they won't mind i-ice bucket ngoba bazabe be-celebrate at the same time. Qela laseMambozi lona abe kungekho mnandi ncam ngoba still kufuneka uyazi into yoba siyalungisa siyapakisha kuba lokhu funeke kube sendleleni egodukayo. Akumnandi ugoduka niwinile. Xa nigoduka ningakhange niwine minqonqo iyagoba ijonge ezantsi. Funa ke ngoku abaqeqeshi apho ibe ngabo ababaxelelayo uba kuqhubeka ntoni na. So Bruno, i-10 minutes yokugqibela siyibambile apha. Ndiqinisekile nawe inoba ufuna ukuyazi uba umnqonqo yintoni na.
Ungazo-translate tata. I know that sabuya kuyo le masibuya. Somebody sent me a message and said the reason that Sabichon Mary is because you kept on saying she's not whipping enough. So that's the reason why they eventually let her go and rest. They say you'll probably need to listen to her whipping more some other day, but not today. So 6 goals have been scored here today so far. And the Chansey now sent long this time instead of feeling Dimeni. Kurue playing the ball short towards her once again, goes in wide. Intercepted well this time. Still going this time, going forward. Force back again, I got to say, on the far side of the field. It is Yolisa Makalima. Botoman. Long ball forward, it's a good ball this time. And intercepted once again. That's a great ball going forward. Since we have seen Merintsweng has gone off, so Rakuru has actually had to step up a bit and get more involved in this encounter. Now, Adolfina Bopape last season was playing for Indies. She moved this season to join TUT, from a player for Maria Sweepers Ladies, where she played for before. Last season, I still remember, she was one of those who scored an own goal and actually had a red card, if I'm not mistaken, Adolfina Bopape. Now playing the football for my Indies. Scored an own goal indeed. It was a game against First Touch on the 1st of May. So on the Bongo. Exactly today, a year ago, Adolfina Bopape scored an own goal in a game they played against First Touch. So remember the story. So she comes in now in a new team that she's playing for, which is TUT, as a sub here in the second half. She also scored a few goals for the teams who contributed a total of 6 goals. Besides the own goal that she scored 6 more goals for my Indies ladies. That's why they signed her. Now that's a good ball. Keeper comes out and does well. Absolutely brilliant pass to the player in there, and the goalkeeper had to do something. And she's gone down now, injured. But that was a very good sweeper role she played there. Yeah. It's more like how she landed, nothing else. The player didn't touch it. No, it's how she landed. CD Victoria Murwa comes from Silete, Khampasele, the home venue of Baroka Football Club. That's where she comes from, in Silete. Khampasele, former player for Mpasele Ladies FC, Kanatla FC, First Touch Academy, before eventually moving on to join Tshwane University of Technology. Won the National League and finished 3rd overall in the Sasol League National Championships with Kanatla in 2015 and 2016, and Sasol League champion First Touch in 2018 as well. So this is the story of the day, how it all started. A miscommunication at the back, and then Kohli said thank you very much and put the ball into the back of the net. Then there was some moment of brilliance. It all started here. Then Dimeni going forward. Dimeni took some time before eventually putting the ball into the back of the net. Then there was this moment. The goalkeeper decided to try and pump the ball, but pumped it back into play. Kailani was there. That's the beauty. Beautifully floated ball into the penalty. Chabana, failing you, scored the first goal as well. Ntweng, the supplier. Then there was this moment, Ntweng herself finding the back of the net, but she was not done yet. Merin Tsweng. Look at this pass. An icing on a juicy looking cake. And Ndimeni said, thank you very much. And all with the celebrating to go with it. That's why the scoreline is 5-1 in favor of Tshwane University of Technology. So it looks like we'll continue. The goalkeeper is up. Yes, out of a field, ball collected. Goes down quickly and the ball eventually goes out of play. Will be a corner kick given to City Lads, the Gunners. The Gunners of Klaveja. We have the Gunners from London, but this is not the one. Long ball played in. This goes over and out. Will come in as a goal kick. Look at matches that are coming up in the league this season. In the Hollywood Bets Super League. After today, next weekend, City Lads will be in a battle of the dominance of the Eastern Cape. They'll be hosting Thunderbirds ladies at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium. What's I can? Yeah, been there. That's where Bay United used to play their football at some stage. Remember the stadium. And when South Africa won their second and third COSAFA Women's Championship, it was won at that stadium in 2018 and 2019 respectively. The stadium was packed to the rafters every time I went there. What an atmosphere that was. While TUT next game, they will be up against UWC. Maybe there's a reason why they have given some players a bit of a rest ahead of the game against UWC. The Battle of Universities. It's a grudge match, by the way, because UWC were crowned the champions of Varsity Cup for this year, for last year rather, denying TUT a chance to continue with the crowning glory. So there had to be a grudge match, a huge one indeed, between the two teams. Coach Tina Sonke Mbuli is the one in charge of UWC. They played a draw yesterday against the Bloemfontein Celtic ladies. And after that game, they have a game on Wednesday night, on the Wednesday afternoon, on the 11th of May against Bloemfontein Celtic, which will be right here. While City Lads, after today, they play their own Eastern Cape derby. Then they up against Sundowns. That same Wednesday of the 11th. These are the matches that are coming up for the teams. Good ball in, near side of the field, running made, going forward. For that, crossing the penalty area, does well around the marker, but good recovery. Good recovery to get that ball away.
Hey. Hey, you. Hey, where's the support? Where's the support? There we go.
Tofina Bopape had a good run there going forward, but therefore, ball cleared away.
We won.
Quinana goes in wide. Does well. And it was Notando Vilagazi. Ball cleared away from her. Corner kick will be to TUT. On the far side of the field. It is the first meeting between these two teams. I think the goalkeeper wants to concede any more goals after the 5 in the first half. But let's see how this one will go. Long ball played in, floated beautifully so. And comfortably collected by the goalkeeper this time. Comfortably gathered by Anati Njenge from Metatiel, 30 years of age. Former player for Thunderbirds FC. So Zwane Bongo, you were telling me about one particular phrase or one word trying to explain what it means. You know what Situnya means? Yeah, no, Zoran is still thinking about it. Situnya, that's a gun. Miss Situnya.
You want me to tell you a story about that? My late colleague, Mwabi.
Yes.
He told me about it because we used to do cricket, myself and him. And there's this umpire, he was a player then, Paul Rifle. So he used to call him Situnya because he's Paul Rifle. So that's how I got that name.
Beautifully done, ZB. So let's go back to the phrase you're bringing up before you came to me. Let's have a look at this.
No, I was saying, it's not a nice feeling when you go home after a big loss and you can see umnqonqo wabo ujonge ezantsi, which means the spine. It's actually not the spine, but you're actually talking about the backbone. The heads are down. The bones, the backs are sort of leaning forward and sort of giving up.
So they're hanging their heads in shame more.
Sort of, yes.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
So you'll be helping them go home, by the way.
I will definitely do that.
It's okay.
I will help them. Sibuyele ekhaya. Mhlawumbi kungakho into esinothi xa sincokola nabo xa sigoduka ndithi noko nisebenzile phaya kulaa ndawo. Sibahle Maneli nguye ongasemva ebholeni ukanti yayingeyedwa mhlawumbi nguye ozawukhaba okanye bazawuthembiselana bathembiselene kodwa ke ngelishwa usikelelwa Mhlanga naye bola yakhe ayanga nakwi-target. So yeah, akumnandanga tu kwaphela i-change yenziwa kwakhona. Phinde sijonge phaya la bhola ungene ngamandla ngaphansi kuyo uyikhe kakhulu ngaphansi. So when you change yenziwayo leli qela khangeleka ngathi bayagqibezela mpela ngoku kutshintsha-tshintsha. uKatlego Khwinana kuthiwa usebenzile ngokwenene ebeyibambile esasiso. Indawo yakhe ithathwa uNkatheko Nkuna. Babethele ugqiba babethele ugoduka ngoku. eGqeberha kuyabuza imibuzo madoda ewoma eMotherwell kwaMagqaki kwaDwesi. Babuza madoda eNew Brighton. No, the funny thing, it's called New Brighton, but abantu baseBhayi kuthiwa yiNew Bright. Oh yeah. Ozwito Zakhele, Mission Vale. Shot inhle kodwa straight ezandleni kukeeper. Uyibambe epholile wabathelekisa ugqiba ingayingozi lena kodwa ke wayisave ngasemva ngokupholileyo futhi uGenevieve Adams. Ongene endaweni kaNandipha Boy. Good ball lena kho offside. Gabadula kwela cala legrandstand ufuneke kwanjiwe unwabisa Kolisi. Mshile kodwa lo ball. Xesha alibavumeli tu abanxibe eziblue kodwa iRed Army yona yonwabile iyatakataka igcobile kwela icala. Koketso Tlailane hlaba kakuhle lo bhola. Assistant ref uthi qhubani ndinijongile akho ngxaki ni onside usisi wendimeni. Kabonakala kakhulu kwisiqingatha sesibini undimeni mhlawumbi la connection yakhe kunye noMary ikhona indawana engathi ifuna ukuphuncuka kancinane kodwa ke ungumuntu okhawuleza kakhulu ukuyifumena ichance angakonzakalisa. Defense ithande uba ibambe tight noko kuzawuthi kangoku ye-Leeds. Into abanqabeleyo nabo kukutyhoboza bakwazi ukufumana ichance bofaka emnatheni. Ngathi badlalela ukugqiba endaweni yokudlalela uyawufaka i-goals. Akho mntu uleqa ibhola for ukuyifaka ngesandla, which is and you understand. Uba ngaba ibiliqela eliphumelelayo bekuzawukhangelwa uba makunikwa bani i-yellow card kuthiwe i-time wasting. But how do you waste time when you're losing? Kodwa ke nabo ngoku abadlali ingathi ngokwenene lami ingqongqo bendithetha ngayo ijonge ezantsi. Xa ungayiboni noba ibhola ngoku iphumile funeka ifakiwe. Mhlawumbi uthi Sompempe noba unothi ntyo sigoduke. Ayizuba njalo mntakwethu, funeka igqitywe le nto. Penalty. Nonjabulo kaNdlela uthi le yenzeka phambi kwam sinawuze siyixoxe noyixoxa. So nguskipa ubekwe phantsi kwatsho kwavela ne-yellow card. Zama uyithethelela makhe siyijonge kakuhle. Izawusixelela kakuhle uba kwenzeke ntoni na phaya. Jonga phaa nguskipa lowa, kodwa ke ngubani obesebholeni uLebogang Mabatle. Umgilile ukipa phaya uAndisiwe Ndesi. Ayinabiphinde ijike ke ingxaki leyo. Noba siyayibona iyiyo okanye ayiyo. So ubekwe phansi uskipa wavuka wazidastisha wathi ndizayikhaba ngokwami ipenalty. Uyile skipa wababa Andisiwe Ndesi Ntomba seMonti wayihlaba phakathi ibhola. Uthi noko uthu madoda nantsiya umvalela indlela yakhe. Umvalele indlela. Kamgilanga kumgila kodwa umvalele indlela. I-obstruction qha. Good penalty. Uyibonile ukhipha kodwa i-pace, i-technique yiyo ebangela into yoba intle i-penalty. So kuphela kwegoal esayifumanayo kuzawuthi kangoku lena. Ayobhazamo ngu-5-2. Dimeni Tlailane Chabana Mary Ntsweng yaqala inkathazo ke madoda. Bamkile ke ngoku. Funeka i-defense ngoku ivuka ihlala ithe qwa. Thuba elihle eli ngoku for i-TUT. Baphinda bayigoba baguqula ibala. Bafuna i-penalty. Sompempe uthi not kwesi isihlandlo. Instead ngoku i-counter mhlawumbe eza kuthathwa ngabafana ngentombi zayo bona phaa i-confirmation uMabatle ofumene i-yellow card. Yaqhuba ucaptain udlala kakuhle kakhulu uzawuthi kangoku uNdesi. Chance kwakhona funeka beyisebenzisile. Arhuqa nalithuba elihle ingangu-3. Oh no! Chance kwakhona batatazela. Ingathi bothukile bebengayilindelanga into yoba kuzawuvela ithuba elihle ngolo hlobo. Well. Bebefuna ipenalty apha. Akavuma uSompempe. Bopape bamgibisele phansi ityala lona belibekiwe. InguGenevieve Adams owenze yonke loo nto. Khangavuma uSompempe emveni koko yasuka yoba ngabo ngoku abafuna ukufumana igoal ngelishwa abakwazi uyiqabelisa. Well, yazi ifootball xa usene-15 minutes yonke, you want to imagine uba ngaba mhlawumbe beyifumene igoal ibe yesithathu ibe ingekaskori i-TUT yona kwi-second half babe beskore 2 goals ibe ngu-5-3. Suddenly ipressure ikhona, kukhona ne-nervy moments apho, kodwa ke asinayikhalela ke seyigqibile loo nto leyo. Ngekho uyazi uba kwenzeka ntoni na. Ibhola iyakwazi uguquka, izinto zenzeke ungakhange uzilindele. 15 minutes to go. Ngu-5-2 eyona nto ibalulekileyo bazawuthi sisaphumelela, kodwa khangeleka ngathi amanenekazi asegqeberha asafuna uzilwela maswajonge nangoku ancamile adolfina bopape xaleni kwepali. Wow. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Bruno, this is about Pateli Festival.
It is 5-2, the finish of the game. Scoreline, that's how it's sitting at the moment. Bopape came in the second half of this game, Bopape. Probably been there for about 15 minutes or so. And she should have kept her composure and put the ball into the back of Ndimeni. Good pass from her to the near side. It is Bopape trying to get there. It's too much off her. The ball easily goes out of play.
Let's go forward. Let's go forward.
Another ball forward. Ndimeni goes in. Goalkeeper comes out. Oh, and into the back of the net. And that's goal number 6. Ndimeni was the creator, went forward, and the ball fell kindly for the on-rushing player to convert and put the ball into the back of the net. More goals scored here today. Ndimeni did all the hard work. Keeper came out, did well. There was nobody there to tidy up after she had made the initial tackle. It's the reason why the goal was eventually scored. Misitunya Utunze, as they will say, Zepi. Into the back of the net. Well taken shot by her from Kwakwa in the Free State. For a player that played the football for Maholosiani FC. And she was a player of the tournament in the Transnet tournament. She's the one that found the 6th goal today. Ndimeni is onside. Ndimeni cut inside. Ndimeni still going. Oh, what a save by the goalkeeper. Should have taken a shot the first time when she had the ball. Took too long. And therefore, a chance to get a hat-trick has been denied. But how long? How long will they deny the hat-trick today? Look at this. The pass was perfect. Cut inside. Now, you got to also give credit to the defender who came across her to make sure that she doesn't have a clear-cut, clear-shot at goal. Good defending. Absolutely good recovery. Great recovery to deny it. Genevieve Adams is the player that came across. Bopape. Kane Adams is there. Gets the ball away. Here comes Desi's ball. Collected by the goalkeeper. 6-2 now. TUT are leading. Misitunya. Rakuduwe. Situnya. Ball collected on the far side. Handball given. Handball given by the referee. So see the Gate Kokuna Nkuna has also been introduced here in the second half. Once the players have been introduced by TUT here in the second half of this match. Now a chance for them to pull one back, and they have done exactly that. Appeals for a foul by TUT, referee having none of it. TUT player complaining about a foul on her, but the referee having absolutely none of it. 9 goals have been scored here now. Desi's pass, brilliant pass, I have to say. So now the TUT player saying that she was pulled back. Let's have a look at this again. I'm not really sure about that. And now TUT are leading by 6 goals to 3. Long ball forward. Good recovery. Police has proven to be a handful to the defenders of TUT. She was the one that scored the opener. She's found the back of the net again. Another long ball forward. anybody that's going to take this team for granted will be doing it at their own peril, because they've proven they're a very good. They're a very good team, I have to say. And given that most of the players are 15 and 16, so they have a very, very good future going forward. Long ball again. He's offside. Coach Lakibaloi, they've played a very open game today, and have had to fight back at some stage. Lucky Spear, I beg your pardon. Lucky Spear, the coach of the team, today has found a team that has come in very, very good. So this is the brains of City Lads. Having a discussion there. Coach Andile alongside Lumka Mjana, having a chair to say, what do we need to do now? So we've seen some changes now. Let's have a look at this ball. On the far side, offside given. This will be another one that will be very close, I have to say. No, she was not offside. Not offside at all. Not offside at all, I have to say. She was played onside by the player nearest to the referee. Assistant referee number 1, Dimeni. Pass from range and a free kick. So outside the penalty arc. Free kick given outside the penalty arc. Are we going to get to 10 goals in this game? We saw 11 in match number 2. We saw 4 in match number 1. So today overall, if you look at the number of goals scored, so you've had a total of 24 goals scored today. That is 6 shy of the entire opening weekend. Pumeza, Vimbi, yellow carded. So today has been one of those. A festival of football. And boy, were you not treated to beautiful football overall since the morning. TUT will be looking for goal number 7 here. Concentration level. All playing as to what they need to do. Vilagazi is near the ball. A very good left-footed player. So that range, he can tie a lock. Bopape also has a very good strike of the ball. Trying to go short. Bopape goes in. And that's... But yeah, was good, but just never gave what he needed to have in this game. So there'll be a sub that's coming up. So Chabana scored a goal, paid assist as well today in a first match for TUT in a Hollywood Bet Super League. She makes way. And in comes Matalas Sishweni. If you remember Nick Bazuga Sishweni, she's her niece from the father's side. Precious Matalas Sishweni, she's known as Bazuga as well, just like her uncle. So she makes her entry. She's been part of this team for a while. From 2019-20, she was playing for the team as well. From a player for the likes of for Hallelujah Zebra Force. This one on the pitch is in Kuna, by the way. So this is Precious Matalas Sishweni, just been introduced now. 33 she is. From Khachapani in Bulubedu, Limpopo is where she hails from. Also played for Detroit Ladies, Pumalanga Ladies, as well as Palace Super Falcons. The team that used to dominate Gauteng way back in the days in the Sasol League. She used to be part of the team as well before joining Tuan in Visual Technology. Won multiple awards over the years until where she is at the moment. So Nkuna, player introduced here in the second half as well. She hails from Mamelodi. Former player that played for under 17 and under 20 as well for South Africa. That is Nkuna. So let's see now, long ball played in, a chance in for another goal to be pulled back here by City Lads, but denied this time around. Here is Nkuna. She's 18 at the moment, 2019. on the 30th of September. Rakuruwe. Timeni want to release the ball early to a teammate, but close down quickly. Kailan is there. Bupape awaits. Offside, Bupape. So Zolani, we have been treated to beautiful football throughout the day. And the ladies have delivered. 24 goals have been scored today. Not a bad day at work.
Can't ask for more. Zimkhitha Longweni ngena endaweni kaSikelelo Mhlanga. Kuthiwa nawe khawukungene mntana ukuzibonakalisa. Mhlawumbe ungasuka usenzela ummangaliso. Trepa kakuhle le ibhola apha ekhawulezile. Usiphosethu kaNojoko. Kwela cala lingaphaya bafika ngokukhawuleza okhulu uZimkhitha uthi ndangena nje mandicace uba ndikhona. Baqaqanisa ngoku baqonda bashiye ngamaxesha uSinazo Ntshotha. Zamshiya ke kodwa iphumela ngaphandle. Amaxesha abashiyile qha ngoku. Good ball kwela cala lingaphaya. Eyileqa bekhawulezile mhlambi okomzuzwana nje. Wathi fohlololo waziwe lapho. Usisi wendimeni. Ho, kwenzeke ntoni ke ngoku? Usompempe ukhomba emlotheni. Ukhomba emlotheni usompempe. Ingathi bebesebegqibile. Khona into enzekileyo apha. Yeah, well. Bekusegqityiwe ngemiyekile. Le attempt yesibini le izombafaka engxakini. Ukuphakama kwakhe undimeni. Mhlawumbi abazawube banika kwayena undimeni abe uyayikhepisha kakuhle yonke lento. All right, so bajika. Ngoku kuthiwa nguThatho Litsoso. Ithini kanye lento? Well, undimeni uthi i-hat-trick andizuyithatha okanye mhlawumbi kuqhubeke ntoni kodwa ke iza kuthathwa nguThatho Litsoso, 28-year-old. Ntokazi lena ene-bachelor degree kwi-sports psychology. Wayihlaba emnatheni. Wababa! Wabhomboloza uZoleka. Ziyi-10 i-goals kule match. Well. Sikhangele uba kwenzeke ntoni na apha. Babethene phaa kuqala. Wathi awugqiba ke wathi embinambineka waphakama. Wayenza wrong usompempe wathi hayi ke. Noko ke ngoku niyibaqile. So bethe ngasekhohlo kuye. Keeper uyibonile kodwa i-technique. Hlabe engxakini. 7-3. Kunzima, kunzinginzinga. So TUT mhlawumbi izofuna ukugqibezela on a grand style. Oh no. Okay. Nalena mhlawumbi inika umdla sikhe siphinde siyijonge. Ingaba ebe offside ubusisi wendimeni. Undimza. Yes. Yeah. Uvelile kancinane pha. Oh, bethiwe la bhola ngentloko pha ngasemva. Ivalelwa straight leya. Umabatla. Bingenawuzigqithe tu. So singavuma xa sikumzuzu wokugqibela phambi koba singene kwixesha likasompempe. Mhlawumbi uzawuthi ulungisi xa ehleli ecinga ebaxelela nabaqeqeshi kuthiwe yes siyayivuma i-TUT nathi siyayazi basenze into masigqwathule kulwimi lomlungu. Bruno sithi beaten but not disgraced. Ndikuvile xa usitsho usithi it's not a bad team at all. Fully agree. I concur. Xa une-15-year-olds ne-16-year-olds etimini uzama ukwakha usenza into ithi loo nto ikhona indawo obheka kuyo. Kusekusasa kuse-early. Yes kufuneka kuqokelelwe amanqaku kwangoku kuse-early kodwa ke isintu siqhela ukutsho sithi imbeleko nokufelwa ziyahamba zidibane ke xa kuthethwa ngolo hlobo. Bakhe umntu wathetha ngembeleko nokufelwa uyawuyazi nje uba kufuneka bangadani. La minqonqo yabo ke mayingagobi, mayime straight. They must walk tall and stand up. Batsho bathi sibethwe iteam ebingcono kunathi kodwa next time. Into emnandi endinoyincoma quality ye-football siyibonile yona namhlanje. 3 games festival sifistile apha kwamnandi. Equality siyibonile yona. Desiree Ellis, you can be proud. South Africa ibanyana banyana ngiqinisekile i-competition iza kuba ntle. Shoti qwalaselana mhlawumbi ichance yokugqibela bayivale le nto. Miss Situnya ufuna ungena ku-18 uyabhekabheka uvalelwe indlela yakhe kuthiwa uzugqitha kwindawo mba phumeza vimbi uthanda indawo dlale ngexesha lakhe. Amaxesha ebhodini aphelile. So xa bezabuya umva ke ngoku ithi loo nto leyo kwanele. Sizawuthatha itasana zethu sipakishe sijongise imibombo ngasemakhaya kodwa ifootball yona isonwabisile imini yonke e-TUT namhlanje. Maybe the last one. Maybe, just maybe. Last goal. Chance bayithatha bayichayela suswa phambi kwethu loo nto nguGenevieve Adams. She's been solid phaa ngasemva okoko engenile. Sompempe usaqhuba nomdlalo. Bekuthiwe 2 minutes siyifumene ngoku enye iminute sagqitha kuyo. Bakunjalo ke makusike kuthiwe singena kwi-extra time. Qinisekile kodwa emveni koku ujonga ixesha lakhe usisi noNjabulo kaNdlela nanini nangoku uzayihlokomisa athi lento besikade sifikele kuyo ifikelele esiphelweni nayo. Amathunzi anabile siqwele sayiqukumbela siphethe ingqokoqo ngoku siyagoduka. Aphela umdlalo ngaloo ndlela. A good match indeed. Quality football siyibonile yona apha. Amalady amancinane batsho bathi kusetyenziwe namhlanje. Sibaqhwabela izandla siyavuma. Full time score. TUT sisixhenxe kwisithathu se-City Lads. Masijonge nje amanani sikhawulezile. Uyaqonda phaa kwi-possession 10% umahluko 55 no-45 kanti yellow cards sizifumene zazibini ngapha nangapha. Bona nezakona ziyacaca nje uba Tshwane University of Technology khangela ne-shots at goal, shots on target. Kulapho babethe khona baqiniseka phaya 29 i-shots ukuya phaya ukanti zibe yi-12 kuphela xa uzidibanisa at goal naku-target kweli qela labo. Jonga nje i-fouls zonke ngu-30 eza fouls. Ithi loo nto leyo they were taking no prisoners. Bebedlala kamnandi kodwa beyazi into yokuba ikhona nento ethi masibe physical apho. So i-player of the match sizawuyifumana sincokole nayo. Ndiqinisekile uba ngaba bekukhe kwathathwa abantu abathile phaya bekwakhe ke noko kube kukhuphiswano oluthile mhlawumbi ke noko akuzubakho ngxaki siye sayikhangela sayixhoba sabona into yoba ingaba iyawuba ngubani na oza kwenza loo nto. So final score TUT 7 City Lads 3. Player of the match incokola novusi wencoko.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu kuZolani Ibhonco kanye futhi no Bruno Mufokeng abasiphatheke kahle umsebenzi we-commentary namhlanje. We are of course now joined by uMahlako Mahlakwana, Hollywood Bets area manager for West Rand, to announce the player of the match and hand over the 2,000 Rand prize as well as that trophy. Can you please reveal to us the player of the match?
Thank you. The Hollywood Bets player of the match is Busisiwe Ndimeni. Congratulations.
Nango kudadewethu uyangena kuBusisiwe usitholele ngisho necheck lakhe lika 2,000 Rand. Busisiwe sisiwami namhlanje usebenze kakhulu ngempela sikubonile nje lokhu wathola amathuba amaningi waze wakwazi ke nawe ukusitholela ibrace yakho namhlanje. Uzizwa kanjani ngalomsebenzi owenzile wena?
It was a team thing, so ngicabanga ukuthi as a team we did as the coach has told us. We have been working hard in pre-season and I think namhlanje bonisile emsebenzi yethu.
Busisiwe siyazi ukuthi umdlalo wenu wokuqala lona ku-Hollywood Bets for le season. Mhlambe bekunokuthuka okuthile kakhulukazi nazi nokuthi ngisho ne-technical team yenu isishintshile amanye amaqembu ayadlala nina ningalithole lo thuba.
It's a mental thing and we were well prepared. So I think we've been working hard for the past 3 months, which is we've been together for a long time. So it was easy for us to come and enjoy the game.
Congratulations.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Busisiwe Ndimeni there of TUT. She is the player of the match for this encounter. We do now bring in the losing coach here namhlanje, ucoach Andile Mkhwehwe. Coach, sibonile iqembu lakho likwazile ukuthola that early goal in the 16th minute, and then it seemed like nibe nazama kakhulu ukuzama ukudefenda lelo goli nagcine senyenza amaphutha ngapha emuva, and from there it was just a barrage of goals coming in from TUT.
I think we got a good goal after we didn't put a pressure a lot. It was our first time probably in their 18 Rand box. It was a giveaway goal. We didn't create it. Somehow, the intention was not to protect that goal, but I think the players lost it the way to play, the manner in which we're supposed to play. The defense was creating a lot of space between themselves and the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper was too far. I can see we're playing with a line goalkeeper. He's not playing sweeper. I think that space was exploited by their number 10.
Certainly, Coach, there are certain questions we have in terms of abadlalo basebenzisile namhlanje. For example, sibonile ukuthi uAnalisa Nanasela akazange aqale ku-starting 11 yakho. Mhlambe no boy ukuthi mhlambe usheshile wamkhipha kulo mdlalo, yini sizathu salokho?
Boy was he had an injury, the groin injury. Even I don't know whether it was a third or the fourth goal. She didn't come back. She didn't make a run, and it was his centre half partner that made a chase run when another space that I'm talking about between themselves and the goalkeeper. So I think she didn't recover. I think we played her too early. I think we should have let her to recover from that groin injury.
Umdlalo wenu olandelayo, it is going to be an Eastern Cape derby against the Thunderbirds. Ungathi mhlambe yini enifuna ukuyishintsha ukuze nikwazi ukwenza kangcono kulowo mdlalo?
There's a lot that we still have to improve. We have to go back to the drawing board and analyze our football problems and then try to solve them, hoping that we will be able to solve them.
Siyabonga kakhulu, Coach. Hard luck here today. That is Coach Utheri Mkhwehwe Owayo again. City Lads. It is the first time that they are playing in the Hollywood Bets Super League, so getting quite a welcome, losing game wabo mabili awaqala. We're now joined by the winning coach like Kiswiya. Coach, umdlalo wakho wokuqala nihamba phambili, kodwa phambi kokuthi sikhulume ngala magoli amaningi eniwakorela, ake sikhulume mhlambe ngale miscommunication esiyibonile when you conceded that opening goal, and perhaps that was a necessary wake-up call that the team needed, because after that you just came out goal after goal.
Yeah, Ash, you know, the first match jitters, Ash. You get to make those expensive mistakes. You get punished. And then obviously the girls had to be told that don't worry, you just need to be patient, you play your normal football. That's why when we started saying, ibeke phansi, let's play, then they were starting to crack now.
Certainly, and then mhlawumbe usitshele kabanzi ngalama changes obewayenza sibonile ukuthi kubekwa ngena ububhabhe kanye futhi nosithunywa uma siqala isiwombe sesibili sitshele kabanzi mhlawumbe ngezizathu zala change.
There's a certain way that we train. So there are certain individuals that are supposed to do certain things at a certain moment. If you check, there were instances whereby we applied almost 3 formations in the second half because of as soon as Maba look better, then we had to make those changes. We had to also apply pressure on the right side. Now we have technically good players on the right side. That's why we used our chances.
Coach, good start for you. You'll be looking to maintain that when it is the competition of the universities next week against UWC.
Thank you.
That is Coach Olaki Sibia of Ionage TUT, really just saying, Oguti, there are certain things that they have planned in training and they were looking to execute them here today. And obviously just explaining more about those substitutions that he was making in the game. And of course, they will be up against the UWC, where it will be the battle of the universities to see which one will come out on top. For City Lads, they are debutants here in this Hollywood Bets Super League. It is still a matter of them adjusting to competing at this level of competition. Other factors that come into play is that for the first time now they are having to travel to go to their games, moving from the Eastern Cape, coming to Johannesburg, and these are all things that the coach needs to look at. Uyasho coach ukuthi kumele ngempela babuyele ku drawing board ngoba ziningi izinto okuzomele bazishintshe ukuze bakwazi ukwenza kangcono in the Hollywood Bet Super League. But basically that is how the story between the Tshwane University of Technology as well as City Lads ends for today. It is the home side finding the back of the net 7 times in this encounter. And of course, City Lads, they did try to respond, finding 2 other goals in the second half to make it 7-3 in all. From me now, it has been absolutely amazing. We brought you 3 phenomenal football games here today, and as SABC Sport, we will continue to do exactly that when it comes to women's football. From me now, as well as the rest of the team out here at the TUT Stadium, do have yourselves a blessed evening further. We now do take you to an ad break. After the break, we have our team in studio. They're going to sit down, they're going to dissect and analyze everything we've seen unfold here today. Riperile.
Discover the pure joy of bet games and lucky numbers. The non-stop action of Lucky 7. Classic card games. And every daring roll of the dice. Along with the chance to reach max payouts that climb as high as 15 million rand. Visit betway.co.za.
Heartburn symptoms detected.
Quickly, follow me. Burning feeling in the chest and bitter taste are symptoms of heartburn. Try Gaviscon Double Action. It neutralizes excess acid, creates a protective barrier, and lasts up to 2 times longer. Gaviscon Double Action. Expert heartburn relief.
When faced with an unexpected medical emergency, every second counts. From just 249 Rand per month, Emergivac offers private hospital admission guarantee cover of up to 375,000 Rand for ER, ICU, surgery, and other related expenses. Our first responders will assess, stabilize, and evacuate you to the nearest private hospital. No medicals, no pre-existing condition exclusions, and no pre-authorization. Sign up today. SMS medical to 40777 and we'll call you back. Emergivac's insured benefits are underwritten by Clientele Life.
6.
Leg days made you mega hungry, ne?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yo, you good, bro? Yeah. Guys, use your heads, not your legs.
Drive through.
Trust her.
Leg day is hard work, and hard work makes you hungry. So feed your mega hunger with a flame-grilled rib and beef patty burger with hand-cut chips. The Mega Ribster Burger Meal for only $69.90. Steers. Flame-grilled, it just tastes better.
I'm getting mine out on the morning light. I feel the need to celebrate it, change it, craving you, imagination brewing in my mind. I'm getting mine.
If it wasn't clear before, it is very crystal clear right now. The Hollywood Bet Super League is back, and it's back with a bang. Last weekend, we saw 30 goals being scored. This weekend, 39. And just today alone, 25. In the encounter that just ended, it was TUT that was dominant against City Lads. They beat them 7-3. I am still joined by Uspiwe Nkonza kanye no Gloria Brown, a 10-goal thriller. Exactly what we want on a Super Sunday of football.
I think sibeke kahle sathi kuzoba namagoli amaningi, though they were less away to, but the goals now are present also a lot of positive and negative with regards to City Lads. I mean, they, for me as a coach, you wouldn't feel bad losing against TUT, runners up last season, but also now they've shown Tena City fighting spirit, regardless whether the score was 6-2, they were still showing fighting spirit. Good night. They're still in a learning phase. So sometimes coaches shouldn't be hard on themselves. It's a learning curve for one. And this is how you introduction to the league is okay. Like dusty blind.
No, serious. And TUT just, they didn't play like a team that wasn't competitive last weekend. You know, Bavele Bafiga in their first match, and already they were banging the goals in.
Hunger was displayed by TUT. They really wanted to get their campaign started on a positive note, which is very good for any team, to start positively, get the 3 points, put them in the bag, and start navigating your way to the top where they belong. And I think today they were very clinical. They were very impressive. We got to see some new signings, which was very exciting. And that continues to keep us intrigued and glued onto our television for women's football, because it's the best place to be.
And before this encounter, these two teams had never met before. And in terms of City Lads, they opened up the scoring very early on in the 16th minute. It was courtesy of Unwabisa Kolisi, perfectly placed there.
A long ball from Munjenje, the goalkeeper on the City Lads, but again highlight miscommunication between Umabate and Chabane. They could have done better with the communication and determination from Kolisi.
And also a long ball, you're seeing pretty much almost a duplicate of the previous one. Long ball from the back all the way to the front, and 2-touch, 3-touch, and the ball is in the back of the net. That basically set the tone of this particular match, to say that there will be a lot of goals, some headers, strong ones at that, and some good balls where you see a build-up. This one where you got to see a couple of touches, and for Mary there, picking a spot, goalkeeper also finding herself in 6s and 7s, but a lot will be learned in these encounters.
Busisiwe Ndimeni, who also walked away as the player of the match, scoring a brace in that first half. Very sad, though, for City Lads, because you squander a 1-0 lead and you're already trailing 5-1 at halftime. It's a cause for concern.
It's a result of a change of approach, because he already scored a goal. So the thinking is, hey, we want to protect leg goal. Hence, you've seen they've invited the pressure from TUT, and what did TUT? They use that to their advantage. But also, I was worried about the high line that they were holding with regards to City Lads, because anything that is played behind, which is demanding a tempo, a speed, very explosive to get into those spaces. And you could see there are a lot of one-on-one in this game, with the reflection they didn't manage the space behind the defense.
Well, the first half had finished 5-1. When we continue after the short ad break, we'll show you all of the second half highlights.
Shield with 72-hour non-stop protection. It won't let you down. Amazing. I've been dancing for hours and still no sign of sweat. Try Shield for 72-hour non-stop protection.
Most people experience dry, itchy skin at some point in their lives. For immediate relief and long-lasting moisturization, try Vaseline Clinical Care. The dermatologist tested superior formulation, contains a unique barrier restore complex with prolipids to replenish the skin's moisture barrier, providing long-lasting moisturization and soothing relief. For superior moisturization that lasts, try the Vaseline Clinical Care range. Advalife, the latest product news.
You don't have to make the pots happen every night. I mean, come on, that's not great. So pansy with the pans. The pots must rest. Rather get an on the double. Dibonese Pizza's exclusive delivery deal. That's 2 large pizzas for just $159.90. Dibonese Pizza. Try something amazing.
I'm getting mine out on the morning light. I feel the need to celebrate and change it, craving you, imagination brewing in my mind. I'm getting mine.
Heartburn symptoms detected.
Quickly, follow me. Burning feeling in the chest and bitter taste are symptoms of heartburn. Try Gaviscon Double Action. It neutralizes excess acid, creates a protective barrier, and lasts up to 2 times longer. Gaviscon Double Action. Expert heartburn relief.
Do you sometimes wake up feeling exhausted? Restless legs and night cramps often mean you just can't get the sleep you need. Kicking, throbbing, and aching through the night means you never really get restful sleep. But with Cramp Ease Night, you can. It's specially formulated to prevent and relieve nighttime cramping and restless legs. Plus, it has added chamomile to help you sleep easier. So say goodnight and good morning to a better day with Cramp Ease Night capsules from the Muscle Care expert.
Give it your all with new Clear for Men Active, the only fast-absorbing lotion and cream with Pro Moist. Clear for Men, made for men.
When it comes to headache relief, choose new Nurofen Express Liquid Capsules, the first Nurofen liquid capsule in South Africa. Unlike a regular tablet, Nurofen Express Liquid Capsule has a thin seam which enables fast release. For fast targeted pain relief, use new Nurofen Express Liquid Capsules. Unleash the speed of liquid.
Well, City lads, as the debutants of the Hollywood Bets Super League suffered their second consecutive defeat in the Premier Women's Football League. Last week, they went down 2-1 against UWC, and this time around, it was a heavy 7-3 defeat against TUT. In that second half, it was actually City lads, Gloria, that came out stronger because Undesi found the back of the net for the visitors.
I wouldn't say came out stronger. I would say came out with a different mentality to try and ensure that they change the game and attack, which is necessary, because that's the only way you're going to register goals on the board. The one thing that they do need to learn, though, is that the game is about 90 minutes. It's not about first 45 or 10 minutes. And that they will certainly rectify for Coach Andile and his technical team. I mean, we saw some good quality. You need consistency. And it's together with Vasco, the 2 teams that were promoted, we got to see teams that are playing in patches instead of playing consistently, high press, making sure that they eliminate the mistakes, don't play the ball at the back, creating unnecessary errors. And we see teams like TUT and UWC and Sundance, they will capitalize on their mistake. But a beautiful ball over the top and forcing that, getting the goal, that really gives them a little bit of a comfort.
It was also good to see Kolisi getting a brace in this encounter as well.
Showed persistence, showed strength, and she used her body very well to try to get behind Umabate, and a good termination in that instance.
The player going down there, one would look at it and say, the penalty, a deserving one, because if you look at Ndimeni, she really fought hard. And you can see how Pumadza went down, Vimbi, and the keeper having no chance yet again. And that is one of the goals that you can say is so unnecessary. I think, again, you're talking about the mental strength and the tiredness that has crept into the players over the time, giving away such an unnecessary penalty.
Yeah, Tato, let's also scoring there for TUT earlier on. Sibone Miss Situnya coming off the bench to score that 6th goal. It also speaks to the depth of TUT. I mean, besikhuluma nanokuthi sabaletha umqeqesho omusha Ulaki Sibiya, even in the post-match interviews, he was very pleased with the showing of the team.
I think
today.
the previous coach did a very good job with regards to TUT. But also, I like from the coaching perspective, I look at TUT itself. Undimeni last season, she was not dropping into semi-deep position because he's got speed. He trusts his speed circuit. But in this game, you can see she became a link-up player, drop into the semi-deep position to allow other players to access the space that is vacated by her. But also speak about Tusitunya, who came in, give them a different dynamism. They came out different. They were able to combine, interplay. And you see from the goal that Tusitunya scored, that wasn't many. Combination play, it sets her up, but it's a lost cause, but she went for it. Even if he called it goalkeeper, but she said, I'm going there, and it's set up Tusitunya for Tusitunya to terminate.
I think, Konza, maybe also just to add to that is the fact that it's always nice to see a coach coming into a change room and also winning the change room. I saw some happy players. I saw players playing with a smile. I mean, Dimeni had an opportunity to score a hat-trick, but she graciously took the ball when she had the penalty and gave it to Lesotho to take that. But it speaks to the collectiveness of the players. When you have a unit, it makes it very easy to display and execute the coach's plan. And getting into a healthy change room makes it very easy for anyone to take over.
And it reduces the load in terms of the coaching sometimes, because players already, they are aware what do we expect as a coach from Bona. But I think I said it, the previous coach did a lot of good job on the team there. I'm not discrediting Usibiya, but you can see with this team, it's gelling Dali corner, integration Dali corner. So it becomes easy. Two or three players coming in, it's not difficult for them to find that adaptation quotient.
Absolutely, especially with TUT finishing as runners-up in the previous 2 seasons. It speaks to a very solid foundation. Looking at those full-time statistics, it was TUT that held majority of the ball possession, 55%. They had 17 shots at goal as opposed to the City Lads 7, but so beautiful to see 12 on target. City Lads only managing 5 and converting, of course, 3.
I think that's a positive return for TUT when you look at the number of shots taken, of which one target. That speaks to the amount of work that's done with the attacking players. And also when you go back and you look at the formations and how they kept changing the formations, you got to see they started with the 4-2-3-1 formation. You then found them playing a 4-3-3. That shows that the players are thinking on the park. And you also got to give credit to their captain of the day. She made sure that she marshaled the players on the park and kept the confidence going. 17 shots and 12 on target is a remarkable return.
And then with regards to ball possession, City Lads, I thought they're progressive in how when they receive ball position, it's not about being flashy or try to play around. They force possession to transform position to Kolisi. You've seen Kolisi with a lot of surprise and support, because sometimes she'll found isolated, and now she depends on her strength. So we need just to reduce the element of Ugutabe isolated now.
39 goals scored this weekend. It started off yesterday. My Indies, second successive loss, and this time it was to JVW that scored 10 last weekend. Richmond United, they bounced back with that 7-0 victory against First Touch. First Touch, who had indeed won 5-0 last week. Tsunami Queens, another loss. UWC Bloem Celtic playing to a goalless draw. And of course, Thunderbirds with their second successive win.
Big winners of the weekend, Richmond Sundowns as well as TUT. They'll be smiling all the way to the top with the number of goals that they scored. I think it really gives them some good competitive edge for Richmond. They move to number 9 with that impressive victory.
Of course, we see the bottom half of the Hollywood Bets Super League as it stands after 2 games played for majority of the teams. Golden Ladies, Tsunami Queens, My Indies, Vasco yet to register a win. For Mamelodi Sundowns, they scored 11 goals today. The biggest score margin, because we saw in February of 2020, they had won 11-1 against First Touch. So really quite a huge margin there. JVW also in the thick of things with UJ and Thunderbirds all sitting on 6 points.
Good start for UJ, but it's still in early days. But you'd expect Sundowns to sit on top. JVW, UWC, TUT, you'd expect them next week. The lock is Oshinja Koli with the games that are coming next week. But also you'd expect our teams that we've seen last season, what they've done. They're picking up where they left off. You can see the amount of goals that are being scored by Sundowns. I mean, they finished last season scoring 87 goals. And they had the best defensive record where they considered 14, if I'm not mistaken. So it tells you that our teams they've left off, but pick up a lot by share into Yab.
Ngoba-ke uGloria Brown uyathanda ukuthi it's still very early days, you know, singayinaki kakhulu ilog kodwa laba abahlezi phezulu will surely be very happy. When we do return, we give you some great news in terms of what's happening with the African Cup of Nations, the Women's African Cup of Nations that will be taking place in July in Morocco. A very interesting draw that was held this past week.
I don't know about you, but I know what I want. I want to be entertained. I want to be thrilled. All of the jets. I want excitement. I want options, variety. I want it today, tonight, tomorrow. I want it all. That's why Hollywood Bets.
Do you ever think of what your skin goes through every day? In game time and playtime. Dove Men Plus Care protects and cares for your skin with 48-hour protection and triple action moisturizer.
Don't worry, you got this.
You make the world go round and can't afford to let pain get in your way. You need fast, effective pain relief that gets ready to work in 10 seconds on the go. It's the same Grandpa you trust. Kushintsha style phela. Grandpa, trusted for over 100 years.
People are eating more and more acidic foods, which can cause enamel loss and may lead to tooth sensitivity and yellowing. Pro-enamel will drive in more minerals into the enamel structure so that the enamel is stronger and more resilient to acid. New Pro-enamel has been specially designed for enamel protection.
I'm getting mine out on the morning light. I feel the need to celebrate and change it, craving new imagination brewing in my mind. I'm getting mine.
Leg days made you mega hungry, ne? Yeah. Let's go. Yo, you good, bro?
Yeah. Guys, use your heads, not your legs.
Drive-through.
Leg day is hard work, and hard work makes you hungry. So feed your mega hunger with a flame-grilled rib and beef patty burger with hand-cut chips. The Mega Ripster Burger Meal for only $69.90. Steers, flame-grilled, it just tastes better.
Heartburn symptoms detected.
Quickly, follow me. Burning feeling in the chest and bitter taste are symptoms of heartburn. Try Gaviscon Double Action. It neutralizes excess acid, creates a protective barrier, and lasts up to 2 times longer. Gaviscon Double Action. Expert heartburn relief.
Welcome back. Well, the Women's Africa Cup of Nations is taking place this year from the 2nd of July till the 23rd. It will be staged in Morocco. A group, Gloria, that we are looking intently on is Group C. Defending champions Nigeria, South Africa is in the thick of things, Burundi and Botswana.
Very difficult group, but if you want to be the best, you're going to have to beat the best. We know that South Africa and Nigeria are always at loggerheads, but what I'm not comfortable with is the fact that you've got 2 teams from the COSAFA region in the same pool. Perhaps if Botswana could have been in Group A and maybe push a Senegal or a Uganda into Group C, it would have balanced the equation, because for the first time you've got 3 teams from the COSAFA region. Yeah. You've got Zambia in Group B, you've got then South Africa and Botswana in the same group. Yeah. Maybe they could just push them up. But anyway, it is what it is. And we will qualify out of this group. There's no doubt about it.
And Burundi and Botswana, they're making a debut. If I'm not mistaken. Yes. Nigeria, if they win it, they make it 4 consecutive months.
Yes, they will definitely. And In Group A, the host Morocco will be taking on Burkina Faso, Senegal, Uganda, while Group B will see Cameroon taking on Zambia, Tunisia, and Togo. Of course, the semi-finalists in terms of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations will automatically qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup that will be staged in 2023 in New Zealand and Australia. So it's definitely all to play for when we go to Morocco in July. Let's take a quick ad break. Umasbuya, with this massive triple header that we've brought to you today.
Shield with 72-hour non-stop protection. It won't let you down. Amazing. I've been dancing for hours and still no sign of sweat. Try Shield for 72-hour non-stop protection.
Most people experience dry, itchy skin at some point in their lives. For immediate relief and long-lasting moisturization, try Vaseline Clinical Care. The dermatologist-tested superior formulation contains a unique barrier restore complex with prolipids to replenish the skin's moisture barrier, providing long-lasting moisturization and soothing relief. For superior moisturization that lasts, try the Vaseline Clinical Care range. At Verlife, the latest product news.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Every tone can be beautiful when it's flawlessly radiant. New Pond's Flawless Radiance with Smart Tone technology fades blemishes and uneven patches with SPF protection for flawlessly radiant, even tone skin, so your skin tone can look wow.
I'm getting mine out on the morning light. I feel the need to celebrate and change it, craving new imagination brewing in my mind. I'm getting mine.
Leg days made you mega hungry, ne?
Yeah. It's good.
Yo, you good, bro? Yeah. Guys, use your heads, not your legs.
Drive-through.
Drive-through. Leg day is hard work, and hard work makes you hungry. So feed your mega hunger with a flame-grilled rib and beef patty burger with hand-cut chips. The Mega Ripster Burger Meal for only $69.90. Steers. Flame-grilled, it just tastes better.
Bloated? That could be indigestion from acid in your stomach causing irritation like this. A burp is not the answer. Gaviscon Double Action neutralizes the acid. Unlike other antacids, Gaviscon stops it rising and lasts 2 times longer. A burp is not the answer. Gaviscon is.
Njengenjwayelo, we always bring you Soccer Zone each and every Monday as SABC Sport on SABC1 from 10 p.m. Andile uzobe ano Pumuzo Manenje. And of course, the CAF Champions League semi-final action does continue on Saturday from 2:30. It will be Petro Dualanda that ousted Mamelodi Sundowns. They'll be taking on Wydad Casablanca in that semi-final. There will be another one that is Pitso Mosimani's Al Ahly, who will be taking on ES Satif. That match will start at 9 p.m. will be available on OpenView Channel 124 and Telkom 1. And in terms of women's football, Hollywood Bet Super League, Vasco da Gama up against Tsunami Queens. That match taking place at the UWC Stadium from 11 p.m. and we'll be broadcasting this one as well. UWC taking on TUT. It is a clash of the universities. Who is going to come out tops when that match kicks off at 2:30? And in terms of CAF Confederation Cup semi-final action, TP Mazembe up against RS Bakken. It will be live at 3 p.m. and the match that we all will be looking and watching out for, Orlando Pirates, the only South African representatives that are left on continental football. They'll be taking on Al Ahly Tripoli, and that match will be kicking off at 5 p.m. We'll be broadcasting it on Telkom 1 and OpenView Channel 124 and our SABC Sport DTT channel. It was a workers' day like no other. We brought you the triple header as we had promised. Gloria Brown, Siphiwe Mkhonza, nisebenzile nge-workers' day. Nisebenzele imali yenu, siyanibonga kakhulu. And in terms of the entire team, they've really been pushing this shift from morning until now. Very thank you to you. And in terms of myself, Uxolizondo, siyabonga ukuthi benisibukele. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening.
more than a view, more than a TV channel.
More than a view, more than a channel. 15 million stories.